Hello, we are live, everyone.
I was supposed to be fashionably late, but I have to blame Penn for that one. So now technically I'm early. So is Jim Max. Fuck you.
Actually,
It's
Jim
Wesley.
Max.
Hello,
yeah,
Wesley.
it's Wesley.
Hi, Wesley.
Hello.
That's worth why I got to the fuck you part. Because I thought it was Jim Max. I thought Wesley, you should be out there getting that black man money. What the fuck are you doing here?
It's my day off.
Oh, brother gets a day off. I see. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I thought you kind of learned from you people from yore. You don't get days off. You just breed and just work in the fields for as long as you need to.
Wow, bro.
What?
I mean, honestly, I've worked more, but plus I have a night shift.
Hey, that
Oh,
Conan, that Conan's not gonna pick itself.
I mean that or the wheat.
Wow.
I mean, realistically. Look, his people were systematically, killed by, other people that are different,
but
shade of
smallpox,
color. So,
smallpox.
I mean, really.
Come on.
That too. I mean, really, smallpox. The famine, the clan wars, and that also happened. It was very fascinating. I mean, they could have been worse. They could have been blown up like the Chinese were.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Irish
Yeah.
didn't get it.
What else? Well, I
The
do.
Irish didn't have it well either. So I mean, seriously, getting
Well,
away from all that.
I do know this much. There's one particular creator that needs to stop giving out TV calibrations and just go back to picking cotton. That's
That'd
for
be
sure.
helpful. Apparently, I hear he's a vegan.
Yeah, and apparently because he's a vegan, it means that he can't be homophobic, which I have
I
no
heard that. That's what
fucking.
I was kind of going into. It's like I heard he's a vegan, and vegans are not homophobic, which I find that ironic by itself because a lot of them
Hitler.
are.
Because Hitler was a vegan.
A vegan, yes, yes.
That's
yes.
a good.
Some would say that
there.
Hitler. I mean, also people would say that Hitler was an atheist, but he did everything for the church. I mean, even though he wanted to restructure the church and his, idea of how it should be done. But regardless. Yeah, a lot of history for vegans are not that good.
Yeah. Especially since they always look gaunt.
I know. It's scary. I mean, I think it's the lack of meat protein that they end up going crazy in some way.
Yeah, that too. But you know what? I'll say something else too. I don't know what it is with Rich with Review Tech, but he has become the biggest fucking crybaby of all fucking goddamn times. I'm getting really fucking sick and tired of him right now.
Well, Rich has always been a giant crybaby, so that's something I'm not shocked that he decided to go down this road for. But
yeah, well, all right. So he ended up getting a warning strike, not an actual strike, a warning strike. It's one of those, hey, you haven't done anything before on your channel, so we're taking this video down, and this is kind of a warning, not a strike, because you did violate these terms of service. So, I didn't violate these terms of service. It's all jokes. It's criticism, and it's like, you do understand, Rich. It specifically says it both in the terms of service for sexual content and nudity, and in cyberbullying and harassment. Unwanted sexualizations or putting up sexualizations of someone in a manner is against the terms of service, which you have done 2 different times with a cucumber in the mouth on a certain individual, and we're saying Christian straight man. So
yeah, but he's also done it to himself. So I'm not.
That's fine if you of a individual. Yourself is one thing. Someone else is another thing.
Okay.
If you want to do it to someone else, make sure you got the okay for it. Like, man's crotch, feminizing me up a little bit. I'll show that stuff. I don't fucking care. But if you was to do it to, like, Antoine, and I showcased it on the channel, he could strike me because it might be unwanted. So that's the key differences, and that's actually the wording within the fucking TOS. So, Rich, you have violated TOS. If you gotta live by the sword, die by the sword.
No, I get it, but like I said before, there are others out there that have done exactly the same thing. And again, YouTube is very selective on who gets struck and who doesn't. Again, if YouTube was, unbiased across the board on how they want to uphold their own terms of service, I don't think a lot of people would be complaining. But unfortunately, YouTube likes to be, very selective on who they want to strike and who they don't want to strike.
Okay.
I mean, it is very fascinating going forward. So, and it has nothing to do with Tonkus 3.0 in blackface. It doesn't really matter. It's just across the board. They've done this before, and they're still playing around with their back end. Again, henceforth, we're going to see some interesting changes in the future.
Cool.
So,
and at the end of the day, I really don't care because one, I'm not monetized on this platform. I don't use it for revenue. Anyone who does is a fucking idiot. And two, yeah, I like my channel and stuff like that. Yeah, I'd be upset if we got terminated, but
yeah, no.
If it's because of something legitimate that I did, like if someone flagged one of my streams because it was a little too edgy, and I looked into it and I compared what was said, or because you can still go back and look at the stream, you can still go back and look at the video and kind of interpret what it was. The only thing I do is use a little bit of fucking common sense. Well, I don't know what they fucking struck me for. I don't know why I got hit for. My video is just fine. And it's like, no, you can go through and look in there. I could probably name up about 3 or 4 different things in there that could possibly violate TOS because it's so fucking vague and gray. You've got to fucking protect yourself whenever you do shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the problem. And then again, it comes back down to the YouTube side of things. So that's my only complaint going forward.
Well, and
the drama itself is pretty much dead aspect of it. It's just YouTube being YouTube.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people I've heard also too is like a lot of people saying that Quantum keeps going, keeps making videos. Yeah, he's making videos poking fun at these people because they got shit in their face. I would too.
He got his one on a different pretext. Congrats on that. But like I said before, time to call it and move on.
Yeah,
it is what it and it doesn't matter.
I want
wins and who loses. You cut it. It's over. You move on. That is where we should be getting to. So
yeah, but they really gotta move on.
Yeah, I know. That's because people love drama, and unfortunately, a lot of these, and it's proven. I mean, hell, even the AIs that we create its own drama.
Yes, Google.
It's fascinating. It's very weird.
Yeah, I've seen Mudahall's video.
Yes.
So we've got 2 individuals in here. Ben, Wesley, what is up?
I'm fine.
I'm better now.
You're better now? Okay.
Yeah,
and for anyone...
She apparently has that I'm much better now moment.
Yeah, well, and for anyone who wants to know, the new logo that's down in the bottom corner of the video screen and in the thumbnail of the channel was done by a pen, along with the new intro that flashed in the beginning of the stream. So if you need any work done, go talk to her. You'll be put on a really long rating list.
Yeah. I mean, up to about 5 years or more.
Sparky.
I know you said...
All I wanted was a thank you. I don't want work.
Which is the reason why I said at the end of that, you'll be put on a really long rating list.
Yeah, and I preference about 5 years or more.
So, I mean, I'm sitting here giving you gratitude because I do enjoy. You did a really fucking fantastic job, huh?
You enjoy ragging on me. Got it.
Yeah,
well,
you're
easy to rag on.
Are we wrong with our statements?
No, there's
okay,
good.
Wrong with so our statements are correct. It's just if people decide to go with your services, it's gonna
actually. Yeah, well, and actually, I wanna ask you something because the Sparky Step Corner icon that you made, I really do fucking enjoy. I mean, I love the fuck out of it. I really do. I couldn't fucking come up with something like that. How did you come up with it? Tell me a little bit about it.
I could pretty much tell you how it's done.
You could probably pretty much tell me. I'm asking the artist herself.
Oh. The artist is utilizing a bit of a layer effect. She's taken your original sprite that you did, has a cog in the background. You've added in what most like I would assume it's a solid cog with a bit of layering, or did
Um,
you, go with a black dot?
no. Well, there is a black dot behind Sparky.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, black dot with a bit of a red gradient there at the bottom,
Yeah,
in addition to the red text for the tech corner part.
yeah, and you
Um,
just used a typical font for the most part for the overlay.
yeah. What it was, I wanted to not go too far away from the established iconic Sparky thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
Um,
Some
but
people think I'm flipping them off. I've gotten comments on my channel. It's like, why is your icon flipping people off? And it's like,
That's because you are. You just don't like people.
it's like if you think that's me flipping you off, then okay, you take
No,
it as me flipping you
that's-
off.
Sparky jacking off two red dildos.
Yeah, I mean that's what you could have done was give him like what you could have done, Pen, was also put like a cowboy hat, mostly white with a couple of feathers on the side. Just
A cigarette or a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah. Just to get that extra native flair to go with.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I do
the
have this
chieftain.
one.
No, it would either be a cowboy or a chieftain hat.
I'm gonna showcase my screen a little bit. I've got to go back here and find this.
No, but I found a very industrial looking font with as you can see, a reflective looking chrome
Yeah, that's why I said
background there.
Because looking at the original sprite, it does you kind of went for the whole cog type look. I understand that.
Yeah, there is because he's a mechanic.
Well, you could have used an actual steampunk cog that would have worked. You could have just changed the tint. I've done that before for another side project for Movie Monsters, the classic Movie Monster thing. I did that one. And again, you're utilizing the same kind of overlay and underlay. So
yeah, well, I'm gonna
the dot. I wasn't 100% sure whether it was an actual an additional or an original for that actual bottom or the background sprite that you were using.
Well, this is actually a commission piece that someone's done, and Tyro is the one that commissioned this. He commissioned one for me, himself, and Atheist Paladin for Shield Hero Season 2. He wanted... because he did it for Shield Hero Season 1, and he asked me, he's like, what'd you want a custom avatar for? It's like, I'm not gonna change my avatar in the Discord for it, but, you know, for, like, purposes of making the thumbnails and stuff like that, yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a custom avatar. And they asked me, it's like, what do I want? And it's like, go ahead and pick the blacksmith from, not Redo from Rising of the Shield Hero. Excuse me. Rising of the Shield Hero. Yeah, go ahead and pick the blacksmith. So the artist's name is Butt Cheeks.
Nice.
She has been posting stuff in the art section of my Discord. She is very promiscuous with some of her artworks, so you know, viewers beware if you go to look. But
art is being very questionable.
Yeah, her title or her @ is @BluePenguin123. If you want to get a commission from her, she does do commissions. So the price, how much, I have no idea, but it's something she did. It's actually really good. I like it.
Could give you
but
an estimate price tag.
Yeah, well, it's good. But yeah, for runoff, like for Shield Hero, what Tyra wants to do with it, because I'm giving him kind of creative authority over that one.
Oh dear.
So yeah, well, I mean, Tyro's been doing all the thumbnails so far for the new stuff that's been coming out. He actually been doing a really good job. So
yeah, I've been noticing the thumbnails.
Yeah, I basically gave him the same parameters I gave you, and it's like, use something from the show that has either
Yeah,
main
yeah.
characters or something in it. Don't replace, faces onto the characters with us. Have us like in the background with the characters, have the title name, and go from there. And he's
Yeah.
done a damn good job, so. But with that, I really don't have anything planned for today. It is what it is. What it is. I'm usually. It's gonna be the same thing as always. We're gonna rely on Rogue because Rogue usually tries to be the star of the show. So
Do I try to be the star of the show? I thought it was the person that brings content to the show. I mean, pretty much that's what we do here: try to bring and provide content.
somewhat good content. Yes, somewhat good
Yes,
content. Even though
questionable
it's...
content is what it is. We try to bring content because Sparky is
I do.
Shit by his pants kind of thing.
Yeah, fly by seat in my pants. Yeah.
No,
but
shit by
I
your
do.
pants. I said shit by your pants, not
Shit by your
fly.
pants.
Okay. I didn't say shit in your pants. So obviously you guys have been paying attention to your local news. I would hope. I would assume.
My local news has showcased a coal train that derailed next to Kansas City in Kansas for me.
So they didn't spotlight a certain president of the United States falling from a stationary bike.
Well, that's no.
Yes,
Oh.
I have heard of this.
Yes. So your lovely president, President Biden, and his chain gang of people decided to go bike riding. As they were crossing the street, he came to a stop, I guess, to talk to a group of people that were area, photo ops, that kind of bullshit. And he politely just keeled over from the said bike. The bike actually was in straight position, and this just went to the left-hand side, dropping him like he had a lead balloon. He was stationary when it happened.
I would say, his motor skills and coordinations kind of declined.
I would assume so as well, but honestly, even people at that age realize that you're going to have to put your leg down in order to support the rest of you in that bike, because that bike isn't designed to. Now, what they really need to do, and this is something that I think your National Guards can actually do this, is put a bit of training wheels on, your leader's bike just in case.
No.
As long as they paint it pink, put a little basket and little frills off the handle.
Don't
match the aesthetic.
No. Just get him one of those motorized scooters, the Rascals.
Oh no, he'd be able to fall off of that bad boy too.
Just give him a one wheel.
A unicycle?
You never heard of a one wheel?
One wheel, jeez.
No.
Look up one wheel.
I don't want it to do work. I keep telling you this.
You probably got
Work.
20 fucking Google Chrome tabs open. Just take one of them and type in
he's
one
not
wheel.
wrong.
Yeah. It's okay. So the basic one wheel, it's kind of
Okay.
it's like a little
Hello.
skateboard, but with platforms on either side. It's got a big bunky. Yeah, no, he'd still fall off of that too. What I was thinking of, the one that had the seat with the handle. They actually do have that one. It looks like a unicycle, but with an actual a portion of the frame of the seat for the bike and that.
You know what this reminds me of? W falling off a Segway.
Yeah. Questionable for that one. He might have been drunk at the time. As for senior Biden, we don't know. We just don't know. He did get up eventually and said he was all right, and then he ended up talking to a small girl and most likely sniffed her hair. But we couldn't tell because his motorcade was around him, protecting him from the rest of the people and making sure that No other cameras were seen in the incident. So.
Oh, Gilded Poo.
Oh God, it's Vlad. Hello, Vlad.
I
Oh,
love
Pinpin's here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She eventually
Hell
shows
has
up.
frozen.
for a limited amount of time.
Well,
Apparently-
I would say yes because Sparky's original stream died the moment Penn showed up, so he had to make a new one.
It didn't even die. It didn't even get started.
It died. It's like going, fuck, Penn's here. And you were left with the carcass, not knowing that it was the carcass.
Actually, I still need to haul off that carcass. Give me a minute. Give me a moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could do that, but
So what you guys talking about?
well, we were talking about the I said a boot because I wanted to say a boot. I know it's about, but I like saying a boot sometimes just to fuck people up. Most Americans say rough, and I know it's supposed to be roof, and I kind of go, wait, what?
no, it is roof. It's a roof, not a rough.
But most Americans say rough for some reason.
No, they don't.
Some
What?
do.
Unless they say something is
No, they say
Rough.
actually they don't say rough. They say either roof or roof.
Oh yeah, there's that.
roof.
Rough.
Yeah.
Roof. Yeah, is that?
Roof.
Thank you. Yeah. It still sounds like a barking dog.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Vlad.
We were talking about Biden.
Well, we're
and
talking.
And his bicycle trip.
We could talk about Biden and stuff like that.
Wait,
I do have
hold
a
on.
question.
What? Hold
to-
on,
Oh,
hold
yeah. What's the question?
No, it wasn't a question. I was just we were talking about Biden and his bicycle trip.
Oh, well, he had a question. I
Oh,
wanna know what the question-
Sparky had a question.
Yeah. So I heard from you, and I seen in the Discord. I got a new member who joined in because of conversation that we had.
Yeah.
You want to you want to shine some light on that one because I'm kind of puzzled on it, but kind
the
of not.
D&D alignment thing. So
Oh.
I was telling Gallagher that you actually hold on. I can read you exactly what I said.
Might be a good idea.
How did that conversation even get started between you two? Because I'll be honest, it's like I don't, I know me.
I can tell you how. We were already talking about D&D, and I brought it up. I said, speaking of D&D, was kind of the thing that brought that up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we kind of got into.
Well, here's the thing. Me and Gallagher never really got along. I wouldn't say that we're like at each other's throat or anything like that. We just disagree.
Well, if it
on
makes
stuff.
you feel any better, me and Gallagher had an argument aside from over the meaning of the D&D alignment was as a result of this conversation because he didn't understand how the alignment system worked.
Nice.
Yeah, so I explained to him the story that you told about the story that person told you, right? And said that and the question was, is that lawful good? And you said no for these reasons. And then I told him, I said, yeah, at best that's chaotic good. And then he said it could have been lawful neutral. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? Where the hell? Like, it just. And the problem is he was using his definitions of those words because he doesn't understand that in D&D, chaotic just means the opposite of lawful.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't understand that. He thought chaotic meant completely and utterly random.
Oh
So-
no. Oh no.
At least you went the extra step to figure out what his definition of chaotic was.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah.
I mean, you could have kind of said that like in gaming world, Solid Snake would be considered neutral good or neutral or lawfully neutral, and who would probably be?
Okay. So I found the actual conversation. So we were actually talking about. It started off. Actually, I was wrong. We weren't talking about D&D at first. We were talking about Rey from Star Wars. And how Rey is like more evil than good, right?
Yeah, okay.
And that's how it turned into that. And I said, yeah, by the way, Sparky got in an argument with a friend of his because that friend was playing, and I put in air quotes, lawful good, and then I put in parentheses, not Tyro. Blew up an entire city, killed the king and all of his men and nobles, but let the slaves go. Sparky said that's not lawful good, and said it could be argued that that act was chaotic evil, which I mean,
True.
technically it could also be chaotic good, but that's at best.
Yeah, because it's almost like a Commander Cisco kind of move, but that's kind of questionable.
And then I
Yeah.
also wrote after that, and then after that I wrote an actually surprisingly good argument from Sparky.
Yeah,
hey, I can have surprisingly good arguments at times.
He does come with a few good arguments every now and then.
Yeah, and so me and him discussed the alignment system, and by discuss I mean Gallagher and I argued about it, and I had to explain like 50 billion. I actually used just Darth Sidious as an analogy. I had to translate it to Star Wars for him to get it. I said, okay, Darth Sidious, episodes 1 through 3 would be what you would call lawful evil. Original trilogy, he would be closer to neutral evil. And then by the sequel trilogy, he's chaotic evil. And that's the difference.
Fair analogy.
And yeah,
That's
and
pretty
he said,
spot on.
yeah, and he said, "Oh, okay, I get it now."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and what? Yeah,
I'm
well,
glad
it
you
might.
use a Star Trek analogy.
Well, here's the thing, and here's my whole perception on the whole deal. Throughout that whole thing, even like at the beginning of the trilogy, you know, Palpatine thinks he's doing good. This is going to bring peace.
Questionable
So-
on that one. Palpatine. Okay, so this is something that most people don't understand. Palpatine is actually setting it up so that he can get up to the highest rank, so he can take over the galaxy. That is his ultimate goal. That is the goal for the rule of two for the Sith, is to take over, to kill the Jedi. Simple, easy. So he used a political tactic. He made himself look good, and then eventually became a little bit more crazy down the road.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is to him, he's doing this to bring about peace.
yeah, and then I also added in another part because he asked for how that conversation came up with you, and then I said he criticized the D&D system, saying that it's become too black and white especially with later editions, and that it doesn't take how others perceive you into account, stating that morals of good and evil are more gray than are shown in the game. Tyro apparently replied with, "Absolute good and evil exist, and people shouldn't hear what you say about that shit because it sounds like Vlad."
Okay.
I mean,
Tyro
cut down
does-
simple.
Hang on, Tyro does understand that there's different variances. I mean,
He does. He does. He just goes to the most extreme of them.
No, because he's an autist.
Yeah.
Not like an autistic.
He understands that there is gray, but for him, the gray
No,
is like less likely than what black and white is.
Yeah, the problem is there's more gray than there is black and white.
That's the difference. It's like there's more gray than black and white, but he looks at it the opposite.
Right.
You have to look at it from if we're gonna take a Star Trek analogy, at least let's go with
Cisco.
Deep Space Nine.
Cisco.
Again, I was going to go Deep Space Nine. Something very simple. Somebody who's lawfully good would be Odo. He's adherent to the rules. He's going to go for whatever is justified within the structure that he's lived within. So he is the representation of lawfully good. He doesn't go against the book, and he has a certain moral code that he follows.
Yeah.
Even though his people are kind of questionable. Somebody who's more of chaotically evil would be Dukat.
I was gonna say Stalin, but
No,
We're going Star Trek.
we're going with Star Trek.
God,
Yeah.
God damn.
Sorry, I'm using Deep Space Nine because it's a more popular one. Even though a lot of people would say Next Generation is more popular.
I mean, yeah,
Voyager.
Next Generation sucks.
No,
Deep
I
Space
agree.
Nine-
I agree.
Deep Space Nine wasn't bad.
Yeah, no.
I like
the only
Voyager.
one Yeah. Questionable of Voyager.
My favorite is OG. All right, I don't give a fuck.
No, that's true. It's actually pretty good too. But no, when you look at Ducat and you kind of go Commander Cisco, those two are on the same chaotic scale, but they're a reverse of each other. You have one who's chaotically good, the other one who's chaotically evil. So and then within those rationales, you got to find someone who's somewhat within the neutral. Go ahead.
And Picard is lawfully brain dead.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's also a robot that dies, or he's an android that dies. It's kind of weird if you go with the continuation of the story.
Ugh.
He becomes an android.
That can die.
Yeah. Yeah, he became Bicentennial Man.
Pretty much. It was like, oh my god, why did he go? And now it's questionable whether he is.
Wait a minute. So, Data was the android trying to become more human. Picard was the human who became machine.
Questionably machine. Because of the second season, it's unsure of whether Q kind of altered that deal or not.
There was a deal.
Yeah,
apparently we don't know how this all worked.
Q. Yeah, they ended up getting like thrown back into the past 2024. Convenient. But yeah, they ended up getting thrown back into the past to try to stop a Borg event because, surprise, surprise, the Borg Queen came back. How? I don't know how, but because
saving the whales was a better idea.
Well, I hate. I'm really mixed about the second season. I really am. I'm mixed because the Borg are like my favorite characters within the Star Trek universe.
You would like Borg, huh? You NPC.
They're fascinating. No, they're fascinating. The culture's fascinating. The way they do stuff is fascinating.
I think they're Borging.
Considering some of the theories going on around the web, with doctors and former government agents and whatnot. You know what? I think Hollywood might be trying to warn us that maybe there is a Borg simulation is just around the corner in
Hollywood wouldn't warn anybody of anything other than, hey, we finally are making legal child porn. All right, that's the extent of what Hollywood would ever do.
Actually, they wouldn't even make
it's not even a warning. It's more like this is what we're going to do, and it's presented to you as entertainment so that you can accept it, so that when we actually do it, it's like, well, how did we not see this coming?
No, it's more like, no, it's not. This is what they're not going to say. This is what we're going to do. No, they've already done it, and they're going to present it to you as entertainment, and still continue it down the road until we get accustomed to it.
Well, I just like after the Cuties incident that Netflix just said, "Okay, fine, you win." That's the funny part.
Netflix has done a hard 180.
That's what I'm saying.
I kind of mentioned that was going to be a while back.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured it was going to be. I figured it was going to be, but I wasn't expecting it was going to be after the whole fucking Dave Chappelle bullshit. I was thinking it was going to be something else, not that being the catalyst.
No, Dave Chappelle was the icing on the cake because they realized that they needed money. No, the biggest factor that most people didn't see for coming was a political narrative of something called the COOFs, and to lock people in their houses for pretty close to 3 years and more. Then the recession happened, and well, here we are.
I wasn't locked in, so.
Yeah, me neither.
None of the fucking flyover states. None of the fucking flyover states were.
Again, I did locking up people. I didn't say which people.
Okay.
Did I?
Well, to be fair, our state for the first 2 weeks said, okay, we will give you 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks, said fuck you, and then didn't go any further with that. Right?
Same with Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Same with Florida.
Yeah, and so like what happened was is I was supposed to stay in. I was working in health at the time, so there was no stay home shit. In fact, I was given a piece of paper that said I was essential, and if I ever got pulled over or anything.
Yeah,
But
no.
I got given one of those papers too.
Yeah, those were the classifications.
I
Yeah, they
was
divided us.
never given any
You're
of
a
those
Jew.
papers.
You would never be given a piece of paper unless
You
it was
got
on a train
fired.
to get a weird little shower every now and then.
Yeah, you got let go. Is what happened to you. Which
No, that was
sucks.
a different. No, that was a different scenario. That was
Yeah.
after the fact.
Yeah.
But during
no,
those 2 weeks, I was still running around. Actually, during those 2 weeks, the bars were still open.
Yeah, no, it was kind of
Yeah,
weird
same here.
because- No, I mean it was like that in BC as well, but no, we had the divide. We had those who were considered essential. I put those in air quotes, and those who were not. Those who were not were a mass majority of residents and citizens that were told to stay home.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
I was
here's,
going to do what I wanted to do anyway. It didn't matter.
Second class of citizen was created.
yeah.
It was always there. Man.
Here's what happened.
Yeah,
in
no, it just
my
became.
area.
It
I
just
worked
became
in health. I was always better than you.
Hey, Jim.
Okay, so.
Oh
Hey,
God,
Jim.
it's Jim Max.
Anyways,
you talked
what
health
ended
and
up-
the old man showed up.
Yeah. Well, what ended up happening with my situation with like the bars down here is like, okay, so they had to close at midnight, and if you were a bar, you could only be a bar open if you served food. So what the owner ended up doing is got a oven, got food, and started serving food in the bar. And when the bar closed, she allowed everyone to be able to buy like a 6-pack or 12-pack. They had to go take it out to the vehicles afterwards, but if they wanted to bring their own beer inside the bar afterwards, the bar would still be open until like 3 a.m.
Hold on. They have bars that don't serve food.
Yeah, there are pubs or bars that just
Okay, because
serve
like
alcohol.
everyone I've ever been to has always
So wait a
sold
minute,
it
wait a
with
minute.
hot wings.
No,
Wait a minute, Sparky.
Sure.
Am I to understand this correctly? That someone could buy a 24-pack, take it out to their car, and then bring in their own beer that they possess, now that they bought it, back into the pub.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the bar was closed at the time. They allowed the bar itself closed. The bar could not serve alcohol anymore because the fact the bar was
the
closed
rules
and
were
there's an
kinda
open
weird for
building.
that.
They can bring the beer in then.
Yeah, no, the rules, the weird global rules for bars, and that was kind of weird because it happened up here in BC as well. If you had an establishment that did have a restaurant attached to it or had a restaurant, so it served food, it was allowed to retain to be open. Though the bars and that, like any place that like a classical bar, like a saloon or whatnot, they only had a short period of operations, give or take about 12 hours, and after that they were told to close down and everybody had to go home. But if you were serving food, then you had a longer, period of stay. In some cases, up until about 4 or 24 hours a day, depending on the
Oh,
situation.
I forgot to say, happy Juneteenth, everybody. Okay, now I got that out of my system.
Happy Black
That's
Day.
tomorrow.
Well, actually,
Yes.
you guys probably won't know, but I'll say if somebody here does. What is tomorrow for me?
I'm thinking an anniversary.
I guess
or
nothing.
It's not anniversary. Well, it is a type of anniversary, but
Oh my god, do not type in Google Juneteenth. What happens is so cringe. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have
All
to
right.
check
I've
this
got.
out.
all right. No, tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh my God, he's right.
Mine
Yeah,
is
Patrick,
9 days after
hey.
you, Sparky.
Yeah. Well, Patrick.
Wow.
Patrick plays
so they,
got
they
it.
decided to do a one of those confetti things. I see.
Except slavery is still done
any-
in China and Africa. So
Well, then
Any
they show it to
fathers in
Patrick.
here? Any fathers in here?
Why?
Yeah, me.
maybe.
What do you mean,
All right.
no? Fuck you, Sparky.
Happy Father's Day, Vlad.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Well, no, I'm not.
Wait, Vlad, do we have to really?
I was
give you
talking about
happy
myself.
Father's Day because I thought you were a father 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of
I
the
am.
year.
Yeah, it should be
So-
recognized. Yeah.
No, again, that is, you know.
I'm using it
has-
for an excuse to get attention. It's fine.
Wait.
That,
Hold
that
on.
sounds reasonable. I like that.
Since I'm no longer really active on the Twitter sphere, has anybody tried doing that during Father's Day? Recognize the moms, kind of thing.
That's normal.
They do that every Father's Day.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, they don't
yeah.
get They got their day. We got our day. They can fuck off.
Yeah, dude. No,
That's Twitter.
every 4th of July, it's keep your dogs close because they might get scared of fireworks every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Every
Yep, every
And
single
then-
year.
And I say, fuck your dogs. I hope they die of a heart attack.
I've been just notified that dinner is
My-
ready, and I'm going to be setting up my stream. So
Are
I
you gonna
will.
eat dog?
Well, you take
No,
care.
I'm not going to eat dog.
Apparently that's what.
No,
well,
she eats cat.
She is a Cuban Jew, so there might be something.
No,
canine
that's
related.
That's cat.
Chinese.
Just cat.
So what's the stream
That's the
about?
Chinese.
I said canine, something canine related. I didn't say whether you're eating dog or not. There could be something else that a dog provides that might have helped grow something.
Do you
Anyways.
use peanut butter?
I'll check you guys later.
Alrighty.
That's just
Bye-bye.
weird now.
Like she apparently is going to go stream, which I find it fascinating.
I think she's playing through Final Fantasy 14.
It
from the
is.
beginning.
Yes.
She
is.
apparently still has a storyline. I put that in air quotes that she still has to continue with.
So can you actually get into matchmaking now? Did they fix that yet?
For
Yes.
For 14.
It's about like
Yeah.
fighting PvP.
Well, I remember Jim was complaining about that for like weeks that he couldn't get into a match.
Oh, that's
Final
because of
Fantasy.
the waiting list, and they broke shit
Yeah.
as usual.
Yeah, they. No, it wasn't. I couldn't get into a match. I couldn't get online. That was a while back. But yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, anytime that anybody updates an MMO, they tend to break things, and then they have to fix it. And
Yep.
then, yeah, and it's selective on who's going to be able to, be the guinea pig for testing. Happened with Phasmophobia when they did an update. The Australians were opted to be removed completely.
I heard they've done a lot of unique updates so far to Phasmophobia.
I hate some of the updates that they have. I don't like the trailer anymore.
Yeah,
no,
the trailer feels very.
Oh, yeah, they changed the complete look of it, yeah.
yeah, they
No.
should change the game to a blue
They
screen.
changed the
dash,
setup to where you used to be able to set items down, and now you can't set them back down.
Yep.
So
They did some massive questionable.
then
Yeah.
it's a
Also,
mess.
I also heard they changed like animations and walking dynamics for the ghosts.
Yeah, they did. They nerfed the footsteps for some of the for the ghosts in general, so they're a little bit more quieter. And if perchance you're in or on a map that has thunderstorm and heavy rains, you can't hear the ghosts, so you're fucked.
Fun.
Yeah. So yeah, they made it a little bit more challenging, yes, but they also added a couple of new ghost types, and honestly, at this point I'm like going,
You don't need that many ghost types.
I'm tired of ghost
I think there's
types.
like 30 now or something.
I mean, all I want is more maps, and the person who creates maps or one of the devs, he bitches because the maps take forever for him. I'm like, well, it'd be easy if you kind of allowed us to make our own maps. You
Hmm,
already
yeah.
have the mechanics for the ghosts. You just,
Look,
have them
Make
live.
the ability to have custom maps.
I'd rather just
Yeah.
play Call of Duty Ghosts
Yeah,
or Ghost Recon,
true.
which never
true.
made any sense because there's no ghosts in that game doing any kind of recon. But whatever.
Well, I thought there was like one commander who was tagged with a Nick Ghost.
I didn't play it. 'Cause I don't
Yeah,
care.
no. There's actually one character called Ghost.
Dude,
which
I
is-
hate Tom Clancy. I'm sorry. Like
Oh.
all Tom Clancy games suck. I haven't
The
played
problem
a
is
single one
he
that I
was
like.
a decent writer. It's just when they try to take his writing format and put it into game format, it didn't turn out very well.
Yeah. Like I'm sure that the books are fine, but the games are just really cringe. Like I get really bored. Like I remember whenever like in the early thousands sometime that like it was all the craze to have all of these like you got to be quiet, stealthy games.
Yeah,
Like that was
yeah.
such a huge thing. Like everybody was doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I still do it to this day. If I build a character in any form of game, I always try to find a stealth build.
I never liked it. I just want to run in and shoot stuff. I don't.
No, I get it. There's, I mean, people are there are different types. There's especially if you go in D&D, there's always going to be someone who is more of a melee based character. So you've got the warrior, barbarian, and a few others that are going to go in and tank a situation, kill as many things as it can see. And then there's others like the archer or whatnot that are going to use a bit more stealthier because
Archers are gay.
that's because of the fact it's fun. It's because of the factor that they're
dude,
squishy.
I'm so angry whenever. That's like one of the reasons why I don't play fucking Elder Scrolls anymore. Is after the 4th one, they're like, we're gonna force you to learn how to use a bow. Like I don't want to use a bow. I don't use a bow. Okay, I don't use any form of magic unless it's restoration or conjuration, because going to jail and having the ability to conjure weapons is nice in those distinct situations. But no, like outside of that, like I don't need magic. And in fact, why do you even have a magic bar? What if I just don't want to play a character that has any ability to use magic at all? Why are you shoving this up my ass? Stop it, you guys suck.
They placed it there for a reason because they were lazy. They didn't want to have each different archetype to have its own specific So they're going to have mana. They're going to have you don't have to use your mana whatsoever. You don't have to learn arching.
I know, but
so
I wish they would.
Yeah, no, I understand that they tried to force it, but it didn't really work out. Henceforth, the Elder Scrolls 5, they got rid of it. They just left it as those 3 options. You choose how you want to create your character and how you want to kill the things. So, yeah, no, the archer is somewhat of an OP character, unfortunately, because they didn't get a chance to actually nerf a lot of its abilities. So,
dude, archery is actually really broke.
Yeah,
well, partially because of enchantments in Morrowind. Like
fuck
because like in Morrowind, it was like you can just one around one hit basically everything with a fucking bow. It's stupid.
Well, it didn't get any better when they got to the Elder Scrolls because the enchantment is also very broken. You can actually enchant a crystal or a potion to make your character like God. So you have to do just touch a thing and it just dies instantly, flying halfway across the actual map.
Or spatula.
Fork is the good one. The fork is the best one.
Yeah, the fork. You could fork them to death.
Yep.
Yep, I've done that.
You just have to prick them once and that's it.
And oh god, it's great. It's Todd Howard doing his thing.
It just works. It just works.
It just works.
My personal favorite is you can make a necromancer that every character that dies around you could actually resurrect them. Now, there's supposed to be a nerf on the necromancing abilities.
Well,
but unfortunately, if you do a certain pattern, that nerf doesn't work.
Now, we should make predictions on Starfield on what would be the most ridiculous weapon on that. Because it will just work.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking because I don't see them transitioning from
Starfield's gonna suck.
Ground to space, from space to ground. I feel like the spaceships are gonna be somewhat OP in some way.
This is Elder Scroll in space. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know.
We know what it's going to be. I'm just wondering what's the most OP underrated weapon there's going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking. I'm thinking the Rock.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine sent me the stupid video, okay? And I had exactly 0% interest in watching it. But he was like, I just want you to give me like your honest take on it, without being edgy. So I'm like, fine, okay. And I watched the whole video. 2x, by the way, is the best thing YouTube ever did. 2x speed. Anyway, I wrote pros. 1, looks cool, I guess. 2, open worlds, I guess. 3, shipbuilding. Cons, look somewhat boring, like a lot of senseless exploration for exploration's sake.
It is.
2, the fetch quests and grinding looks pretty strong with this one. like, which is not a good thing in my opinion. 3, the story seems meh, like most Bethesda games. 4, 1,000 worlds, 1,000 explorable worlds equals 1,000 times the bugs. 5,
Yeah.
Todd Howard is probably lying about something. He does that.
He always does. He always does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a lie. It's an unnecessarily untruth.
Yeah, and then
it's a half truth that he's stretching.
There you go.
And then I wrote a mixed section, and there's only like 3 in here. And I said, 1, the character creation system looks good, but the skill system just sounds like Skyrim's perk system. Basically, any character you make being minimally different from another one you could make.
Actually, hang on. Going to the skill system, I'm afraid that they're actually utilizing it from the Fallout 76 skill system, the card system that they have. I think that's what they're borrowing from.
Well, I wasn't sure because they didn't go in much depth on it. So
no, I know that, but I was actually watching it and actually took a chance to actually freeze frame to see exactly what the cards were or how they presented it, and I'm like going, well, that card or that particular style seems kind of interesting. There is a melee option, but it does feel like they've kind of tweaked their card perk system from 76.
And then the second thing I was mixed about, I wrote the only the quote only you must do this end quote crap is obnoxious. Is an obnoxious trope. I'm so tired of games being like only you, conveniently the player character, can do this thing. However, there may be more context removed for the sake of this promo, which is actually pretty common as well. And then the third thing I'm mixed about, Todd Howard was speaking.
Yeah. Anytime that Todd Howard speaks, there's going to be something he's going to admit.
Yeah,
well, basically, let's all face the facts. We're just going to wait for the freaking player base to fix the game.
Oh yeah, I expect day 1 and day 2, patches for the broken thing known as Fallout in space.
Unofficial patches, yeah.
Fallout or Skyrim in space. I actually call it Skyrim in space because if you look at the monsters, they're very Skyrim-y.
No, I agree. But have you ever played the 76? They all have the same kind of feel as their 76 monsters.
Yeah,
because if you look at it, 76 basically it's Elder Scroll and Fallout together, kind of mashed, and then boom, there it is. So they've expanded on being able to create certain things utilizing their only 2 engines or the only 2 franchises that they have utilizing the same engine.
Look, Bethesda. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, Fallout 2. And then, or Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas are the only Fallout games I liked.
Oh, okay, so...
so like...
Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 belong to a different
still waiting for
studio.
Space Magic to happen.
I don't care.
And New Vegas belongs to a different studio.
Well, no. Hold on, no. Okay, Bethesda did not make New Vegas. Obsidian made it, but it was still it was still released through Bethesda.
Oh
right?
yeah,
publishing company.
Bethesda. Yes, I'll agree.
Bethesda owns the IP now. After 3.
I'm just kind of wondering what the Space Week's going to be like.
No, it was after the Brotherhood of Steel, which was supposed to be Fallout 2.5.
No, Fallout. No, actually, no. It was better than that. It was supposed to be Fallout Online.
No, I know.
Yeah, and they fucked it up. I remember when Fallout Online was announced when I was a kid, and I was following the story, and then it just went silent and disappeared. And
because by that time frame, the studio kind of became a dysfunction, and then Bethesda Software, I think, picked it up, and they ended up creating their version of Fallout 3, which was...
it's more heinous than that. It was actually, the whole thing's fucked. So
No, I know, but I'm giving the simplified version of it.
But ultimately, the point is that Obsidian was made up of people that worked in Black Isle Studios.
Yes.
And Black Isle Studios made Fallout 2. Fallout 1 was actually not made by Black Isle. It was made by... I can't even remember the name of the company anymore. Interplay. Interplay.
Yeah.
Played Fallout 1. But anyway, like the thing is, the Fallout 3 was like okay at first, I guess, and then you start thinking about it, and then you're like, was it really though? And so like, there's a lot of things about it that I started realizing that this was like kind of the end of Fallout was here, and then Fallout New Vegas came out, and I'm like, wow, this is really good in every way, like better than the last one. And then I haven't actually played Fallout 3 since. And then Fallout 4 came out, and I played it for 45 minutes and found about 20-something things wrong with it.
Oh yeah,
in
no.
45 minutes.
The only thing I can actually say that is good for Fallout in general is the factor that it has the ability to be modded, which is a saving grace for Bethesda, because they don't have to make a really good game. All they have to do is put the game out, wait for the modders to come in, figure out the source code, which is the same fucking source code throughout all of the other Fallout games since 3, and they make the game much more better, solving all the bugs in that. And
yeah, look, I don't see. Here's the thing, I don't care about mods. I almost never mod a game.
No,
and the reason why is my criticisms of a game is not based on whether or not the modding community will fix something or add something or what have you. You know,
no, I get it.
But the thing is like whenever I play a game, all right, and it's just complete shit. Like I don't even actually. By the way, I don't even use bugs as a point of contention very much either.
No, the narrative for the actual games are pretty bad. No, that's the reason of why when I kind of go into this area of this tangent of they wait until the modder community comes in to fix their game. It's kind of a weird kind of direction. Instead of building an actual game that actually has a good story narrative, some really good mechanics in that, they just give you a half-ass game that's completely broken as shit.
Yeah.
And then they wait for another community, another set of freelancers to fix their game so it's playable for everybody else.
Yeah. I mean,
it works.
Pretty much.
It just works.
Yeah. And the thing is that whenever I, like for me, Metro over Fallout, and there's how you start an argument like really fucking quick.
Actually, I would say that Wasteland is also a good one when it comes down to...
yeah, Wasteland is OG. Like that yeah, so Fallout...
Age of Play and Obsidian still deal with Wasteland. The third one was actually pretty good.
Yeah, so Wasteland is actually the original. So Wasteland 1 came out, and the maker of Wasteland 1 back in the day wanted to make Wasteland 2, but couldn't because of a bunch of legal shit. So then he made Fallout 1.
Yes.
Fallout is a spiritual successor of Wasteland.
To Wasteland, yes.
And what's funny is that Outer Worlds is actually a spiritual successor to Fallout. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is the Outer World do the job better than does it better than this. And this is
love
something that I think
game.
that I know. Yeah. And this is they're making the Outer World 2 is coming out.
I loved Outer Worlds a lot.
So this is something I wish Bethesda would just kind of give up on and allow another studio to make a better Fallout game. Because New Vegas is one of the best games that a lot of players will actually say that it is superior to the rest of the Bethesda franchise.
Well, New Vegas wasn't made by Bethesda.
I know, which is the reason of why a lot of people are saying that, yes, maybe, Bethesda should just hire an outside studio to make games for them, because it seems like they don't know how to make games.
And not only that, Bethesda seems to be kind of walking away. They're not trying to utilize anything with lore from New Vegas.
They're never going to use it. Look, they're not even using lore from
Whoa, that's not true. That's not true. Outer Worlds did use lore.
No. I'm talking about Fallout. I'm talking about Fallout. The Fallout universe.
No, okay, hold on. New Vegas actually used... Okay, New Vegas, if you play Fallout 2, you will realize really quickly that New Vegas is a direct sequel to Fallout 2.
That's what I mean. But if you go through it and you look at games like Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, they use narrative. They use stuff from Fallout 1, they use stuff from Fallout 2, they use stuff from Fallout 3, but they don't utilize anything from New Vegas.
Yeah, the reason of why is because if you look at the actual story that they're crafting, 76 is technically their Fallout 1. They've pretty much benched and said that Fallout and Fallout 2 and anything that followed within Interplay's old collection no longer exist within the continuity of Bethesda's world. So you can actually say that you can actually say it's like their J.J. Abrams version of universe.
Well, you can also look at it too. Is like all the other Fallout games were like always like canonically 50 to 75 years after the other one. So Fallout 1, Fallout 2, 3, New Vegas. It was always like around 20 to 50 years after those games in like some different region of the world or same region. If you go
I still think
Fallout 1, 2, and yeah, well,
it's a better game. Yes,
I'm not talking about Outer Worlds. I don't know anything about the game.
Yeah, well, hold on. First off, the guys that made OG Fallout and Wasteland helped make Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
But no, I loved it. I don't know. I thought I'd hate it though.
What I want, what I would love to have,
I can give it to you for free.
Well, I know you probably could. I just haven't. I
bought it.
I want to have time to play it. That's the only issue I've got.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
What I want is, so New Vegas is my favorite game. Out of all the Fallout games, New Vegas is my favorite. When it comes to Fallout 4, I like some of the things they've done in Fallout 4, but I don't like all of it.
Dude, there is so much wrong with Fallout 4. I could dedicate a.
Are you talking about story wise, lore wise, or just aesthetics?
Okay, first
everything.
off, I'm not talking about bugs because I think at this point I think everybody just accepts
well,
that Bethesda sucks with that.
What I'm asking is like, you talking about story wise, lore wise, or game wise?
All three in one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I like
the gameplay is kind of questionable, and
I actually like
the moment that you open the game. Okay, look. Okay, I'm just give you my a small, tiny, itty bitty piece of something that I deeply find personally hateful about the game. Okay, you open the game with a lot of ass kissing to the fans. What do I mean by that? Well, you get this mission, right? And within the first 2 hours of the game, you get the suit, But you don't just get the suit. The suit is hidden behind this random, fenced-in thing that anybody could have just cut open at any time. So and they got laser guns, so I don't know why they didn't just open the fucking cage, but whatever.
Hang on, the first look, if you follow the actual scripting of Fallout 4, you end up getting the dog first. Actually, your first companion is a robot. Then you get a dog. And then after that, you get to meet up with your first basic a community campaign. Again, it's one of 4 or 5 different groups.
I'm not talking about the whole beginning. Just
but that's actually happens within the first 2 hours.
Yeah. And the dog. Oh, dog meat. That's another thing that pisses me off. That's a whole separate argument that I'll make right now. But anyway, no, that pisses me right the fuck off. But aside from that, no, like whenever you go and you get the suit, okay, how you get the suit is questionable. But when you get the suit and the first thing you fight is a Deathclaw, you've already lost me. You've killed the game. It's done. It's over.
Yeah. Your Deathclaw is supposed to be the OP character, even if it's a youngling.
It turns into an arcade game.
Yeah,
at that point, like now I'm in a suit and I'm running around killing Deathclaws just randomly, like for fun. It's not supposed to be like that.
Time out. I will agree with you.
That armor is
time out. I will agree with you to a point. Only to a point on that aspect, because one, yes, the Deathclaws are supposed to be one of the OP characters in that game, and yes, depending on your difficulty setting you go on, it could be either really easy or really challenging fights. I think even in easy, that should at least be a challenging fight, and you're fighting one of them.
Yeah,
here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you want to compare that to Fallout New Vegas, you got 2 paths you can choose. If you choose one of them, you'll encounter a Deathclaw within 20 minutes of gameplay. Actually, you'll encounter a whole fucking pack of them.
By it.
You can snipe them. You can snipe them.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of that's the same thing that so have I. But that's
what I'm talking about. That first off, not only is that different. You didn't in the beginning of that game, you didn't just get handed the suit. Okay, the mech suit. All right, that's the problem that I'm having with
Power
the
suit.
scene. Yeah, like you have to earn that. That's just something you were
True.
supposed to earn.
Oh well,
With-
yeah,
with
I can.
exception- with exception of Fallout 2. Here's the thing: in Fallout 2, you could do what's called a Navarro run, where you can go and you get to talk to a couple people to figure out where Navarro is. But once you figure it out, within the first 2 hours of the game, still level 1, you can try to go all the way to Navarro and get an Enclave suit. That requires about fucking 5 hours of game saving, dying repeatedly, even making it there in the first place, let alone leaving.
I will agree. Getting the suit is a little bit easy, because
it's handed to you.
Well, not just that, but even that, the
Finish.
factor that you go to Concord, you get the suit, which happens to be on top of the roof of some goddamn museum. It is slightly broken. I'm not saying it's completely broken. You're missing a bit of an arm. You're missing a leg. Who the fuck cares? But the suit itself.
You also have to find a fusing core too.
Dude, the fusing core is easy to find. All you have to do is go to the first rocket gas place, and you get handed 3.
Yeah, but that's if you know that.
Even if it's not difficult, even when you get into the museum, again, you have 2 options actually in order to get your first power.
And I understand that. And
so then on top of that, once you get the power suit, you also have the minigun. Then you have an option to go head to head with the Deathclaw, or you can pretty much stay inside a building and then kill him, because that's all he does. Because again, the Deathclaw just seems to go back and forth when it comes down to its pattern. It just stays in front of the building that you.
I agree that getting the power armor very first way in the game is real easy, but the thing is, and if you know about this, you can actually get the power armor in like 10 minutes of gameplay. Not even go that
I know.
direction.
There's other ways
you can go south, and there's one buried in the fucking water.
Yeah, I know, and that's the problem. They're everywhere.
Yeah, the thing is like in Fallout 4, it's practically handed to you. Now there are other Fallout games where you can acquire it, but those are like secrets. You have to actually know.
Well, like
about that
in New Vegas, in New Vegas and 3, in New Vegas and 3, you have to have special training in order to run those power armors, and they get around that in this game because of the fact that your character
crap. Yeah.
Well, it's lore story point whether or not you want to consider it strong enough or not. But he was in the military. He was a veteran.
And
wore
the
power
story
armor,
is dumb, man. And Fallout.
Wait, okay,
3,
hold up. Hang on. So before you go, so you're going to give me the male story that he was a veteran. Well, what about the female story?
Well, see, that's why this is why I don't like the story play aspect for the male and female characters, because the way they do that, and there's a couple key locations you can go into around the area that you would cover different lore that in the story knows of. She was really close to her husband, and her husband trained her in this stuff that he knows in case of the worst thing that did happen.
Convenient.
It is convenient. It's really too convenient. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm saying yes, it's got issues. It's got problems.
Yeah,
I will give Fallout 4 this. I will give Fallout 4 this, especially on the power armor. I like the power armor designs a lot better in 4 than the other games. I think it's a true representation of what power armor is supposed to be. And I will love a Fallout New Vegas game that utilizes the same skins. I know, I'm not. It's modern.
Bethesda's already pretty much locked that down because they've already stated that they're creating Fallout 5. No one else has it. It's going to happen after they finish off Elder Scrolls.
Fallout 4 was just Skyrim with guns. All right, that's all it was. Also, they got rid of skills. Like, I'm supposed to be okay with that.
That's what Fallout 3 was.
Yeah, no, Fallout 3 had skills. Fallout 4 didn't.
They had skills?
Yes.
The skill tree is different than what it is in 4. It's a different tree than what Skyrim had.
Okay. Wait.
Okay.
What?
Okay, hold up. So we're getting this conflated here, Sparky. Fallout has a perk system, and then it also had a skill tree system.
Even had traits.
It was
as well.
additional traits.
You're
Yeah,
talking about
and-
the all right. You're talking about the skull trees. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
like dialogue options for speech. Like for example, didn't exist. They threw it in with perks. Like stuff like that. Like all the stuff that made New Vegas interesting and made it to where you could like talk. You could if you had a 100 speech in Fallout New Vegas, you can go through the entire game shooting literally no one.
Yeah, pretty much. You could have
You
a
know.
positive run.
Yeah, all the way to the end. You can, with a 100 speech, tell the main boss at the end to just go away, and he does. So, like, one of the main bosses, rather.
Mhm.
But yeah, like, but the thing is like, here's the big issue with Fallout 4. Okay, here you go. Fallout 3 is this. My daddy went away. I got to go find Daddy Liam. Okay, and then here's Fallout 4. My son ran away. I gotta go get my son. Wow,
Oh,
fuck, man.
no.
Well, no, son got
wasn't
kidnapped.
Wasn't my son ran away? He was stolen from me.
Whoa,
so
shit! I'm sorry. Take
No.
Cool.
But I gotta find him. He's still a baby, even though he just realizes because if you talk to Cogsworth right away, it's 200 fucking years after the fact, and you kind of go. If you do the math, you kind of go, when did the kid get taken? That's when you start thinking, because he's looking for a small baby.
Yeah,
For the longest period of time.
And his son's now an old man.
but there's a lot of things wrong with the story. Like the very beginning. Let me
Yeah.
say this from Sparky. Here's something from the very beginning. This is narrative. Okay, this is lore problems. They fucked it up from the start, from the opening of the game. There is nothing in the universe that was ever supposed to imply that the past was anything other than dark and disturbing. Okay, that was actually what was supposed to be the case. Every flashback, and if you go back to OG game, whenever they had advertisings, okay, they had guys in power armor shooting kids in the street, then turning and waving at the camera at the same time.
Yeah, afterwards.
The past,
I mean,
yeah,
what
the
was,
past
what was that?
was-
Hang on, here. Wasn't the scene for when,
Well,
when they did the annex? Hang on, when
they
they did the
had
annex
that.
of Canada, they had the guy on the ground on his knees, and then they pulled the trigger, and then afterwards they waved after.
Yeah.
Come on.
Time out. No, you had that. That's what the faults were. It was a massive experiment.
No, you're missing the point. In the beginning of the game, everything is happy and gleeful and awesome and cool and clean and safe. That was the whole beginning of the game. It was bright and poppy and not dark.
Wasn't
it was
that before
always
the bombs?
Yes, but even all the things that happened before the bombs in Fallout, in every Fallout game, was always disturbing and dark, and after the bombs was supposed to be bright and poppy and shiny, to imply that life after the bombs was better than life before the bombs.
Yeah.
That was always the theme of Fallout, was the reverse of what you would be thinking would be the case. You were never supposed to be nostalgic of the past. People were afraid of the past. That's why people hated the Brotherhood, because the Brotherhood coveted the past. Okay? So now you just they ruined it. They made the Brotherhood good guys, which they never really were. And then out of nowhere,
They were more or less anti-heroes.
they weren't even that. They were actually just straight up pieces of shit. All right? I'm sorry. This is the difference between people that played Fallout 1 and 2 and people that just started with 3. And because the lore is been destroyed by.
No, I understand the lore. I still like the Brotherhood.
You know, like for example,
but the Brotherhood was a post-war techno-religious group that really just said that we control all tech. You don't. If you have tech, we kill you for that tech.
Yes, they were pieces of shit. They were not anti-heroes because there's nothing redeemable about them.
No, they just killed indiscriminately.
Yeah, in fact, actually, here's a
Maxon and what was the lab? I can't remember the name of the lab now. Where they went to the lab and they discovered the FEV experiments and they executed all the fucking scientists and actually did an insurrection right before the fucking bombs fell.
Yeah, well, you had the Citadel lab, which was another thing. You had a few other different
but
versions of the Brotherhood, chapters, if you want to go with it.
Yeah, but in the beginning of the game, they try to make everything seem all happy and nostalgic, which immediately ruins it. The beginning of the game if they were going to show the past like that, and in fact they reversed the color palette too. So in the past, the color palette for the past, like cutscenes of the past, was either black and white, or it was just really like dark, like faded out colors. And then when you and then you go into Fallout 4, and they did the opposite. So in the past was all bright and poppy and shiny and beautiful and nostalgic and happy. And then whenever after the bombs fall, everything's all like dark and disturbing. Right? And it's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. I mean, it was supposed to be the color palette, not the theme. But
I understand. I understand where you're coming from.
And the theme.
It gets better. It gets even better. If you look at the Enclave and the Brotherhood, they're both basically the same basic organization with these two different versions of how they're supposed to do their cleansing.
Yeah, but the problem is Enclave was wiped out in Fallout 2, by the way. So, like, the fact that they even have Enclave after 2 in of itself is a violation. And also, by the way, the Enclave were goofy.
Well, in Fallout 3, they do have the Enclave remnants. So
yeah. Well, I mean, they actually New Vegas they had Enclave remnants. Actually, Fallout New Vegas completely
New Vegas is more realistic.
It ignores that Fallout 3 ever happened.
It does.
And so the Enclave armor that they have, like, have you ever looked at the Enclave armor in New Vegas and then wonder, gee, why does it look like a bug or a wasp? And not like the Enclave armor in Fallout 3. Well, the reason for that is because that was what the Enclave armor looked like, was like a waspy bug in Fallout 2. And so they just ignored Fallout 3's existence. So technically speaking, people have made the argument to me that in Fallout 3, the Enclave in it were just remnants too. But, I mean, whatever, fine. But the thing is, though, is that they were never supposed to be a villain past Fallout 2. And also, like, but there's a lot of other issues, but the one of the main things that pisses me off about, actually, this is a complaint I have about New Vegas. So allow me to complain about that for a second. Okay. So the California Republic gets painted with a very horrible brush. Okay, the California Republic, by the way, is awesome. Okay, they like, if you go and you look,
the taxes,
huh?
Oh, even the taxes.
Yeah. No, they rebuilt entire cities. Were providing food. They rebuilt entire infrastructure, so they had electricity, clean water, clean streets, and all that stuff.
I will agree with you on that one. Actually, I will agree with you on that one, because in Fallout 1 and 2, the New California Republic was the saviors of the area and the land, and in New Vegas, they kind of get painted with the brush of, well, there's a lot of shady things going on, and
they're no better than the Roman role players, which is insane. Like, I'm just sitting here like, look, I can understand having some shady dealings if you want to be a more realistic with that, but they painted them as just straight up villains, which was kind of the problem that I had, because I'm just like, no, they're not straight up villains. Like, they actually, like, in my opinion, do have a legitimate reason to want to take over that Hoover Dam. But but the Brotherhood wouldn't let them. And the Brotherhood, and people like think that the Brotherhood was heroes out of that. No, they wouldn't let them. They wouldn't let them because selfish.
Hang on.
For New Vegas, it was the California Republic versus the what was it? The Roman empires. What was the Legion? Thank you. And they also smattered in the Brotherhood of Steel, all because it was a chess game created by House. House wanted control of that area.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. But no, if you look back at there were in the lore, they were talking about in the game, they had this thing where you go up to the dam and they talk about how the Brotherhood fought them off. And they had
no. It wasn't a dam. It's Helios 1. It was Helios 1.
It was Helios 1, but again, House was orchestrated that entire
You're right. No, you're right. It was Helios. Okay, whatever. The point is, though, is that the Brotherhood didn't do that because that they were unsung heroes.
No, it was because of Elder Lions. Elder Lions wanted Helios 1 because it was also a top secret weapon. He wanted he wanted the solo cannon that Helios
Yeah.
1 had.
Yes.
Brotherhood,
Yeah,
the
because
new
Brotherhood
California
are hoarders. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and afterwards, Lions left and then got taken over, and with the new leadership, took the Brotherhood into a different direction, and then they were trying to coexist with everyone.
Yeah, which is dumb. But like the thing is like if you go and you play like here's the thing. This is the introduction to the Brotherhood in Fallout 1, okay? They go, "Oh, hey, we want to recruit you," and all this stuff, right? So we're going to give you this mission. You get sent on a mission and then get surrounded by animals on purpose to kill you.
Yeah.
So that's your intro. Like they don't give a fuck. Like that's the Brotherhood of Steel. Like they
Yeah,
fuck
the
you.
Brotherhood,
We
the
want your
Brotherhood don't
shit.
take. The Brotherhood really doesn't take outside members. It's like really rare when they do, and when they do, you get put through more of a harsh testing, truing period than somebody from like within the Brotherhood. So
Well, no, they were just trying to kill your character. Is all that
Yeah.
happened. Like they even say that in the game. Like,
yeah, they're trying to, but if you can survive
Yeah.
it, there you go, you can join.
Well, they didn't let you join. So there was other shit that came up later. That, to be fair, that where you could later, sort of, not really, because you don't really join the Brotherhood in the older games. Like they give you like access, but they don't give you total access, right? And actually, here's a cool opportunity that the newer games left out of, right? You want to know something that's really cool in the lore that the newer games just
They
threw
don't care.
away? Yeah, that they don't care about. Talking Deathclaws.
Yeah. Again, they don't care.
Yeah, you know how cool that is to have like an entire conversation with a Deathclaw that's better at English than you will ever be.
Didn't
Or
they
me, for
bring?
that
Now,
matter.
time out. Didn't they have something like that in 3?
No.
No, they had like
No, they had
mind-controlled
they had
Deathclaws.
mind controlled.
Yes,
Okay.
Which was
they
based off of the Enclaves.
Yes. Well, the Enclaves were the ones that made, if I remember correctly,
Well, if we're gonna go into that entire thing, it's actually Robco Industries, or at least the different versions of them, because again, the same people who created the Brotherhood of Steel, the Enclave, the Fallout chambers themselves, all kind of tie back to the original OG characters of Robcorp and Friends.
Yeah, but the Deathclaw, I guess, evolved to be able to speak.
Oh
to
yeah,
humans.
they of course they would have to.
Yeah, and
they were
then
designed. Same happened with the
Actually,
Supermen.
they were in 2 different games, but yes, Bethesda didn't really do anything with it. But they
didn't think they kind of went, we don't like this, and they stripped it out.
Yeah,
and then they made Zombies run.
Yeah, they had those in Fallout 2 and Fallout Tactics.
Yeah. Keep in mind, the moment that Bethesda bought up the actual Fallout franchise, they just scrubbed what they deemed reasonable and what they didn't like. They got rid of. Pretty simple, easy.
Yeah.
And they moved on from there. So why people, again, this is a great argument when it comes down to lore providers, is like, why do we keep focusing on the lore when the actual main franchise holder doesn't care about the lore?
Well,
They're
because
recreating
to point out how much of the lore they don't care about.
Well, no, I again, that's why I said, if you look at it, the way how they structure their franchise going forward, 76 is the beginning of their lore.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then from there you go into the Fallout 3, then you jump over, go to actually no, from that you go to Fallout 4, then you get introduced to Fallout 3, and we don't know what's going to be happening with Fallout 5, but yeah, that's where we're at this moment. They're restructuring it. They're telling the tale how they want to tell it. So,
and that is why the Outer Worlds exists.
No, I know, henceforth, which is the reason why I was going to say deal with Obsidian, because they have a better structure of game. They have a better structure and understanding of source material with lore.
Yeah, I do know that there are. Yeah, I do know that there are modders out there it's not fully complete yet, but they are making Fallout New Vegas for the skin of Fallout 4. It is a thing.
I'm actually intrigued with a lot of the mods that are coming out. Hell, there's a London version or a Fallout UK version, or they're called Fallout London, and it's going to have a different lore. and they're killing out some of the main franchisable Bethesda base, and they're trying to kind of follow the lore from the earlier versions of Fallout.
Yeah, there was so much interesting shit in Fallout 2. Look, and here's the thing too, by the way, this is also important, okay? Fallout was never meant to be taken seriously.
Oh,
okay. No. Yeah, I don't think people like Fallout 2 is like, I guess, like the most obvious case of this, where you literally walk up to a bridge troll from Monty Python, and he asks you like what's your favorite color, and like exact questions from that. You actually run into a building, okay, that has multiple like 20, 30 clones of original character and dead meat, right?
Yeah.
And they're walking around saying, I was supposed to be in Fallout 2, but these producers wouldn't let me, and shit like that. Like, oh, as a joke. Like, the game constantly broke the fourth wall, or did some goofy
I mean, New Vegas
shit.
also had the Monty Python Easter egg, so I mean...
Yes, New Vegas, I'm just talking about what Bethesda did.
No, but again, we're looking at Bethesda as a whole. They decided to go in a completely different route. They wanted to make this particular game utilizing these stories that they deemed reasonable.
Yeah, they made it too serious, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't as fun, right? Like the 1980s cheese references in Fallout 2 like make that game. Also, shooting children is important.
Yeah, that's something that they took out completely. So honestly, I look at the franchise differently. You have the Interplay franchise of Fallout, and then you have Bethesda Studios or Bethesda Software's version of Fallout, and then you kind of look at the people that Interplay had some degree of connection, and you have to put that within, for example, Fallout Vegas. That goes within the Interplay scope of Fallout, and it's following that line, which is the reason why Bethesda hated New Vegas and said that it doesn't belong to their franchise whatsoever in lore point of view.
Yeah, it's not canon, yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's dumb. Like, Fallout New Vegas, as much as there are some faults and some issues I have with it, but outside of that, like, it was a much truer successor or a sequel than whatever Fallout 3 or 4 was.
Yeah, no. And that's something that could have been utilized going forward for, Bethesda, but hey, they want to make sure that they have control over their franchise and their narratives going forward. I get it. It is theirs. They bought it. So
they didn't buy it. They sued for it.
No, I know. But again, they got it. So at the end of the day, it's theirs. So I would say, if anything, definitely go with Wasteland if you want to have something that's a better.
Oh, dude, I played Wasteland 2.
Have
which
you played the third one?
I have not got there. I'm waiting to.
Third one is really good.
I play 3.
Actually, 3 is actually pretty decent.
The company In Exile has actually, I don't know if he's still there, but one of my favorite video game writers was working there. And I can never. I keep meaning to follow him on Facebook, or Twitter, but I can never remember his fucking name. Like, no, because it's Chris something. They tried to cancel him recently, actually. Hold on. He wrote.
What?
Oh, a woman tried to Me Too him. It was a whole thing. Yeah.
This is the normal thing within,
Sounds like what they did with Scott and Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. Problem is, if you're not the major CEO and creator of said franchise and you work for some company.
Oh, Chris Avallone.
Avallone, yeah.
Chris Avallone. He also wrote a lot for Pillars of Eternity, Knights of the Old Republic 2, shit like that. So
I never liked Pillars of Eternity. I didn't mind Knights of the Republic.
I loved Pillars of Eternity, like passionately. It was like the first one. The second one was disappointing. But the first one I really liked. Yeah. I'm actually hyped for Avowed, so it should be coming out, and is supposed to directly compete with the Elder Scrolls universe. So they're making a first person. Have you seen the trailer to it?
Yeah, it doesn't intrigue me.
It does me. I love their universe. Also, the ending of the game was masterful. It was basically just it's atheism, the video game. Okay, that's why
No,
I
I
like
get
it.
it.
Yeah, but no. Like, the thing is that yeah, no, like he he also wrote helped write Planescape Torment. He's that old.
Mm.
So there you go. But no, I mean, like the thing is like, but he's one of my favorite ones. I think if on his Twitter he might have that page still pinned, but like this woman like was straight up accusing him of just actual rape.
Yeah.
It was a whole ordeal. And his friends from Obsidian, they tried to keep their mouths shut and wouldn't talk about it. I think they were afraid of losing their jobs.
Well, that is the unfortunate truth when it comes down to it. Problem with the Me Too thing, everybody was afraid of getting Me Too because you were guaranteed not to keep your job.
Okay, I found it. Yeah, he does still have it. It's a page, a blog that he wrote
Yeah.
called Ending Silence, and he goes in just in depth and through text messages and all the calls, and he's suing her.
Well, again,
So,
it's
yeah.
good, but whether he gets it or not, that's questionable going forward. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It's one of those risks. If he's willing to risk it, then great. But
Well,
yeah,
she got him fired off of
no,
he was working on what was that? Fuck. What's the name of that? System Shock 2. He was working on a remake, or no, System Shock 3, not 2. Sorry, System
no, I thought it was System Shock.
Yeah, no,
It-
there's the first remake, and they're actually making a System Shock 3 sequel to 2.
uh,
And he was working on System Shock 3, and he got kicked off the project.
mm,
So,
right.
over those allegations.
Yeah, no, that happens. Unfortunately, it is like I said. Those allegations can actually make or break you.
Oh, and
It
he
is,
did Jedi Fallen Order too, apparently. Wow.
uh,
Okay.
Fallen Order has some issues.
Yes, it does. It was good, and then ended horrible. Like the ending was so freaking bad. Like I was so angry. And also there was other things like actually like just mechanically I didn't like. For example,
Yeah.
okay, there's this one thing I hate to see in video games, and that is whenever a mechanic is visually obvious. So like for example, like giant plugs, like cords with a plug on the end. Why would the Empire ever use those?
Yeah,
They
no.
wouldn't. That was just a mechanic. Okay,
Yes.
and also like whenever you're falling down mud, why is it that this mudslide happens to look exactly like a mudslide?
Yeah.
Like other people have slid down this mudslide. Why are all the walls I'm climbing look like a billion people have climbed this wall before I
Yeah.
did? You know,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. Like I don't
Yeah,
like it.
I know that's the problem when they built these games. They built them for retards, and unfortunately, you have to kind of spell it out for certain people who want to have an X to skip and easy mode,
This
like
is yeah.
super E mode.
This is why I don't like the new Tomb Raider games. Same shit. They did the same
No,
thing.
no. It that's what we're looking at for games going forward. It's like,
And it almost ruined Doom Eternal. So that same shit.
yeah. But welcome to where we're at the moment. For exploration and progression, this is what we got.
Yeah.
Look
But
at
no,
this. Look at this little icon over here. This says that you need to use this weapon in order to kill all of these monsters.
but no, I mean ultimately, I don't know about Chris Avallone's politics or anything, but he doesn't really talk about it much. Which
No,
is fine.
that's fine. He's 50. Why would he need to talk about his politics?
Yeah, but the thing is that like for the most part, his writing is usually pretty good. There are other writers that are probably better, but I
No,
don't
and
understand.
again, I mean, he's been in the business for a while, so he's going to have a specific style of writing. It easily fits for a lot of different genres. Sometimes you get a really, I mean, sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. I mean, he also was part of the, what is it? He was a writer for, what is it, New Vegas as well. He also did Prey.
Yeah.
There's a few others.
Well, the bad Prey too. Like, I'm sorry, OG Prey was actually a great game,
Yeah,
and you can't
again,
even find it anymore.
well, that's because of the factor that it's like what is it? Like certain movies that only appeared in VHS form, they never got
Yeah.
transferred over. It's the same thing.
No,
Like,
it did. You could buy it on Steam for a while.
yeah,
And
but
then they took it off the Steam store
yeah,
after the new Prey came out.
because he didn't want because there was like a demand for it to make sure that it wasn't conflicting with the old Prey.
yeah, but the old Prey was just better.
Oh, I
so-
know.
Yeah, the
It's
new Prey was just a ripoff of fucking System Shock
like
or BioShock. It was just
it was more of
just
a BioShock. It wasn't.
Well, fair
it-
enough. Yeah, you're right. But
It's
still.
because it just had the same kind of flow as a BioShock, and I wasn't too fond of the original BioShock to begin with.
Oh,
I'm like,
whatever.
the narratives were pretty easy to figure out. Like, how am I supposed to be afraid of this shit?
Oh well, I wasn't afraid of anything. Like if they were going for fear, they failed.
No, they were going for fear, and that's the problem.
I-
Same thing with this
really?
Prey. They were going to go with fear.
Really, I didn't
Yeah.
get that vibe at all. Like
No,
the only game I ever got that vibe from was like Soma.
Yeah, Soma has more of a fear. No, that's what they were trying to. They were trying to go with a dark sci-fi. That was the,
And also
And
I
they
love
failed.
Soma. Okay, just throwing that
no.
out
Soma's
there.
actually a better game than the System Shock. But again, they were going for a darker sci-fi approach, which is why if you go into the 2017 version of Prey, you have that approach where you have these weird creatures trying to attack you. That's supposed to give you a degree of fear. The entire situation, you're on a desolate space station, and you've got to figure out the reason of why. There's virtually like no one on there for the most part.
Well, you know what my big complaint about the game was, which it doesn't sound really dumb, and I'm probably gonna get called autistic, but it's
But
fine.
you are.
In the beginning of the game, whenever you're figuring out that it's all bullshit,
Yeah.
which was actually I thought was a cool concept. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's been overdone in movies, but not
Yeah.
so much in games. But then whenever you literally see the mission dialogue box pop up and it says throw something at the glass, it's like you killed it. It's over. Like you ruined it. Like no, you should have let me figure it out. Like I'm supposed to be having like a panic attack right now, and you just told me how to get through. Like you ruined it. Like
Well,
fuck.
they should have been able to allow us to do a bit more exploration instead of having to deal with the TD's conversation. Yeah, give us the option if you want to communicate. Yeah, we're kind of locked in these different options, or we can choose it ourselves. By integrating that, we're able to pick up certain objects during that portion of the game.
Yeah,
So-
like I just hated it when it told me to throw something through the glass.
Yeah, and that is
ruined that whole.
I know
scene.
that's because of the game was designed for idiots, and that's
I know.
this is the reason of why I kind of avoid those games for the most part. It's like it's a
Pirate
game
Bay.
designed for an idiot.
Okay, that was the secret. Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
I didn't. Here's the bad part. Okay, I thought, and this was naive of me. Okay, I didn't look at the trailer. I heard they were doing a remake, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind playing as a Native American that gets abducted by aliens and then
Yeah,
killing
that
them
would
all
be
over
good,
again.
right? Yeah.
You know, like the original game,
Yeah.
right? Like I liked the whole like Native American mythology and lore shit they
That
were
was good.
throwing in
That was
there.
fun.
Yeah,
It was different.
yeah, and then I play Prey 2 or the remake, and I'm playing like what is this? What am I doing here? I don't understand. Like, why did you ruin my? Is this aliens? Like, was I already abducted and I just didn't get to see it? And I'm just like being picked on by aliens this whole time? No, it's not aliens. Oh,
Yeah, no.
I don't get to finger sphincters. Oh,
Nope, no, you don't get
No.
that luxury either. Sorry, sir.
no. Because that's like the best part of Frank.
Yeah.
You're just going through the whole game fingering buttholes
Oh,
in a
jeez.
spaceship.
Yeah, no, that was again, that was the fun part but again, the story and the lore that came with for that game, Prey. I was intrigued when I first heard that they were making the games. Like, oh, Prey. I wonder what. Then they showed me the trailer, and I'm like, going, this isn't the Prey I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I didn't watch the trailer. And
No,
I should have.
and unfortunately for those who did watch the trailer, they got suckered into purchasing the game, not knowing that this was the wrong Prey. So it's like, okay, it's like, I could get it for those who are completely upset. They wanted a completely different game. And this is a big reason of why I hate movies, games, or television shows that uses the same title of a different franchise that existed, but is going a completely different direction against the actual franchise, so that people can get confused. It's like, oh, I know that franchise. I like that idea. I wanted to see more of that. And
Switch.
Yeah, and I'm tired of that. It's just like, come up with an original name. Yes, I know it's difficult to come up with original names, but do it. Just make sure that people don't get fucking confused.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been awesome, but you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I would like it if they would go back and not remake the game, but just do an HD remaster.
It would be nice if
of
they did a
original
remaster.
Prey.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, like, but I luckily, since I bought it on Steam before 2017 ever was a thought, the 2017 version, I still own it, despite the fact it's no longer in the Steam store.
Yeah,
so
actually, if you purchase certain games that Steam eventually will take out, you still have access to it. It's just that it's behind it's the actual page, the source page has been removed.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it's one of those things where like it's just, but it's not like, I don't know. Like I played it not that long ago. I can't remember. Like 20. Yeah. It says 2019. Right, was last time I played it. Like I beat it like every single time. I'm obsessed with that game.
Good
you know, and and this will be the only time Sparky will ever hear me actually enjoying playing as a Native American.
Yeah. I mean, you did like Turok. I mean, seriously, Turok was another decent one.
Oh yeah, Turok.
It was a Native American versus dinosaurs. There we go.
True.
I mean, this kind of explains the reason why Sparky has this weird obsession with dinosaurs, because he infantilizes himself. Going out there to kill them, using his tomahawk and his brutality of being a Cherokee.
Wait. Who says I've got a real obsession with dinosaurs?
You who likes Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I like Jurassic Park. Doesn't mean I'm obsessed with fucking dinosaurs.
Dude, you had a complete stream based off of the Jurassic Park, the Zoo Collector game.
Oh man.
I never streamed that.
You're Sparky. You're one.
No, I never.
Research lab away from being torn.
Time out.
Yeah,
no,
pretty much.
Time out. I never streamed that.
Still, you played it endlessly, even though it was a broken game.
Yeah, I played one map.
Still, played it.
I got 20. No, not even 20. I've got like 15 hours in that game. That's it.
That's more than some other people.
Yeah. And
it says that you have some, some really unique desires to hang out with dinosaurs.
He wants to finger bang a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
No.
It's okay.
As long as you're not going out of your way to give the hand gesture to like a T-Rex or a Velociraptor, you'll be fine.
Whatever.
I actually went on his channel to find a Jurassic Park stream, and it's not coming up in the
You're not gonna find one.
Yeah, because I never streamed it, because I just played it on the side. Because I wanted to see what the game was about. That was it. I liked it.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. you did do a Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review.
You did do that.
I did a
3 years
trailer
ago.
review. I did a trailer review. Yes.
No, it just says review spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. No, I did that with Star Wars.
See how if you go and
And the only thing
you find certain secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not streaming the game. And reviewing movies and talking about them in shows is kind of something that I do.
And Captain Hook was in that, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we went to go watch the movie because we liked the callbacks to Jurassic Park. That's one of the reasons why I did. It was just some of the callbacks from the original movie.
Wow.
That was it.
So you're the reason why movies suck. All right, got it.
Sure. I'm the reason why movie sucks because I'm the one that fucking calls out callbacks that they do.
It's the reason of why it sucks. It could have been better.
Well, they shouldn't do callbacks. Like, you know, like, I mean, depending. Like, if it's worked well within the story, cool. But, like, look, Star Wars did, like, the sequels is basically callback.
What kind of callbacks do you think I'm talking about?
Ooh, nostalgia.
Yeah, but what kind?
Ember berries.
Any.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially when you're taking like franchise characters, bringing them forward, even if it's a lone character.
Alright, within Fallen Kingdom, there was only one part in that whole movie that was kind of a callback to the original Jurassic Park, and it was the site where the tour vehicle ended up on the ground, and that's where they found Blue at. That was it.
Uh-huh.
And if you go back in the original Jurassic World, those two references. The gas-powered Jeeps that they found at the complex itself, and, you know, some of the merchandise that you see one of the characters
more
wear.
than that. There's way more references than that in the first Jurassic World. There's a shit ton.
There's a shit ton, but those are the most noticeable ones. That's all I was talking about.
Yeah, like for example, just T-Rex being the hero at the end of every one of them for some reason is a little weird. But you know, whatever. Except
spoilers, they do that.
They also borrow the sense of fashion from the principal characters for the newer characters. If you look at them, they have similar kind of look. The doctor, the guy from the original Jurassic Park, they spammed the fuck out of him like a billion times. Like they mentioned him, like how many references were to that old man? Like 5 of them. Hell, they also got a Dogson is here kind of thing, because again, that's another reference that they kind of pointed towards. Remember this one? Remember? It's like no one cares.
And then they redo the whole kitchen scene with the raptor like all over again. Like
it felt like they did that all over again.
In which one?
The first Jurassic World.
I think it was Fallen Kingdom, or was Jurassic World. I can't remember.
That was Jurassic World.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, look, there's a lot of callbacks in at least the first. I haven't seen any of the Jurassic World
I know they
movies
did the photo cameo.
Well, I'm not talking about callbacks. I'm just talking about nostalgic pieces. Like, okay, it's set on the same line. It's set on Island Newborn. It's nice to see like the old complex and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Sparky, when you do the callbacks or you give little hints here and there from the old chapters from let's say.
Oh, time out. I got a complete difference between seeing something referenced that was in another movie, like a vehicle or item or something like that.
Okay,
it's completely different to reenact the scene.
If you use the same beat or you dress up the characters who are supposed to be new characters the same way as you did as the old characters,
don't consider
those are memorable encounters. Those
are
callbacks.
I don't consider that.
Anything that puts lube in the hand of the writer and reaches out through the screen to stroke the nostalgia dick of the viewer is bad.
No, how's it bad? How's it bad?
Usually.
It can be overdone. Yes, it can be really well overdone.
No, it is always overdone.
Well,
that's the problem.
Jurassic World, this last Jurassic World movie is particularly...
It's overdone.
It's overdone.
Really overdone. I will admit, it is really overdone.
not only is it overdone, though, it is done in such a convoluted way to where it makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
But the,
It
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
feel
trying
like
to
it's-
understand. I'm trying to understand how he got to okay, island full of dinosaurs is now roaming around the world now because they got released to insects genetically hybrid and raised. I'm wondering where that fucking link came from.
Well, locusts that look like grasshoppers is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. Well, Sparky, actually, I'm gonna.
No. It's because of the people who built the dinosaurs wanted to find a way to to conquer the world globally by using genetically created.
Actually,
locusts
it
that they
wasn't.
only eat-
It wasn't them.
Steve
It was
Jobs all
Biosyn.
along.
Yes.
It was Biosyn that did that, not Engine.
It doesn't matter because it's the same.
It was
bloody
Apple,
company.
let's be honest. Because if
Sparky.
you look at that T-shirt and the way that guy, that was Apple. That was Steve
So-
Jobs, and
So Sparky, I'm gonna give you some mild credit. If in Jurassic World 1, okay, if the only callback at all was just they found those old Jeeps and that old garage, and that was it, and there was no other callback at all whatsoever, I would have been fine with that. Like that would have been a fine use of using some callback, like
Yeah.
to kind of
That's
and you could
the
argue
T-shirt.
you could
The T-shirt that one guy was wearing. Hey, that's in bad taste. Hey, that first part was legit. You know, kind of mocking the whole Jurassic World thing.
well what I'm saying is like if that's all they had in the first Jurassic World was that one scene, and then you were and you could argue, is that stroking nostalgia maybe a little bit, but it's also tying context in with the story and within the universe.
That's
which
why
is
I mean
also
with
fine.
it. That's
But
why
the
I mean
problem-
with it.
But the
Yeah, but
problem is that they don't just do that. They overdo that constantly. And that's why I said if they had just only had that scene as a callback in all the 2 hours that was the original Jurassic World, I would have said it was a much better movie than it actually was.
Yeah,
but they didn't do that.
and that's why I'm trying to state here. I like stuff like that. You guys are saying no, it's just bad in general. All in all, it's like it's
bad in general when it's overused.
when it's
what I'm trying to
overused,
say.
and I
Overused.
agree. And I
Huh.
agree with that. So I don't see what the
And
issue is.
And it's always overused is
Yeah.
the problem.
I mean, hell, if you go through Dominion, it does it constantly from beginning to end. Fuck, Jurassic World did hint at it at a mild point, and then you go to the next one. You know, it got worse for Fallen Kingdom, and you get to the last one with Dominion, which is all of it. It's pretty much a circle jerk for nostalgia because they realize that hey, people like Spider-Man No Way Home, and that was nothing but nostalgia. Oh, and they also like that Ghostbuster movie that was in 2016, but they like that one too because it was a lot of nostalgia.
I
in it.
also like
We're
that.
going to put in more nostalgia.
They also like that seventh Star Wars movie that had all that nostalgia and everybody.
Yeah,
thought
so-
The
so
seventh
it's
one was the
What
least bad.
nostalgia?
Hold
It
on,
was-
hold on. Yeah,
It was a
nine
shot
was
for
worse.
fucking shot of 4 and 5.
What?
What?
Star Trek Episode 7.
Star Trek
Yeah,
episodes.
right.
What?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Alright,
Jim,
and
have
what?
you
What?
seen
And
8,
what?
9?
And
Actually, it's Force Awakens, but still.
and what shot is that?
Okay, so the Millennium Falcon, that was pretty much a shot for the escaping from the TIE fighter, but instead of being in space, they put it on ground. They also borrowed another trick that was something called the Death Star, but they made it 3 times larger and called it Star Killer. They brought in a clone of Darth Vader. They went with nostalgia from beginning to end.
Episode 9, for some reason, Darth Sidious uses the exact same line that he
Yeah.
uses in episode, like, what, 2? Or 3?
Yes, 3,
Like-
I think it was.
Yeah, where he, God, what was the line? I don't even remember now.
Fuck it, I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
that's the line. That's the line.
yeah.
It's pretty basically
Ultimate
money.
Whenever you're doing a movie and you're trying to recreate scenes from another movie, no, I don't agree with that bullshit. That's dumb and stuff like that. If you're putting in props, if you're putting in props or putting in callbacks of things from other movies, though, that kind of tie in and make sense lore-wise, I enjoy that, and I think that needs to be done, especially for good movies. But it needs to be done tactfully.
Again,
If they only-
the beautiful thing is subtle is more. If little is more.
Yes.
You do things subtly, people kind of go, "Oh wow, I didn't notice that. Oh my goodness." And
Yeah.
it forces them to rewatch
Tactful,
things. But if
yeah,
you throw it in their
tactfully.
fucking face all the fucking time, people kind of go, "Well, I've seen this from the original movies."
And
why am I
actually,
watching this movie?"
and actually, they really do fuck up within. They fuck up in Dominion. They really do. And there's one scene that they really do fuck up. And nostalgia-wise, yes, okay, I get it. It's nostalgia, but it doesn't make sense, and it should not even be in the movie. And it's the shot at the fucking Bulbasaur can from the first movie. Because, one, how did they get it? And two, why does he still have it?
Doesn't matter. You liked it because you remember it was from.
No, I don't like it because it makes me wonder how in the fuck did he get it?
Again, this is a problem, Sparky. They don't care about what you think. They just kind of care. Hey, you remember this? It takes you back to the first movie. It doesn't matter about the plot hole that it creates because guess what? You came in here to watch it anyways.
Yeah, well, as I said, in the first,
I came in to watch it. Yes,
all they had, if all they had was the garage, it would have been fine.
Well, here's the thing. This movie was so nostalgic heavy. I was waiting for aliens to show up so they could throw the Dominion from Star Trek in there.
Look,
just say we have metamorphs then or some shit.
Easter egg that they threw with the T-Rex so they can do a fallback to the actual logo of Jurassic Park. It was just like, really? Come on, guys.
I mean, it was just a bad movie. Let's all agree this was a bad movie.
No,
it was a good movie. It just had so much wrong with it.
It's a bad movie, but it's making bank. That's the problem. It's making bank because it's got a nostalgia.
Well, it's dropped. Actually, it's making bank still, but it's losing. It's losing ground very quickly.
I'll put it to you like this:
when it comes back down to it. It's already past the $500 million mark. It's already made its money.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Now I agree with one of the channels I watch. His name's Kyle.
Well, at least it's already Blackner.
Filoni, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is a fucking diehard Jurassic Park fan. He even came out of that movie saying, yeah, no, it wasn't that good of a movie. It was a good movie, but no, there's a lot wrong with that movie. So, no, I agree with him on that one. It was a good movie. They just tried to pack way too much into it, and they should have had a more cohesive story to it.
The only good thing about Jurassic Park is it's taking momentum away from Lightyear.
Well, I was
Lightyear was going to blow regardless.
I'm actually going to go see Lightyear.
But a lot more people said, I'm going to go see Jurassic Park, that shitty movie instead.
I'm actually going to go watch Lightyear. I'm actually going to go watch Lightyear. I'm actually going to also go watch Top Gun.
Well, again, Lightyear for its first early box office, which has only been like 3 days.
I don't care.
It's already made pretty close to $100 million.
Yeah, it
like
may
not, folks. We can say it's a shitty movie, but it's making money.
No, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Why is it? All right, time out. All right, so I want to ask. I really want to ask right now for like Jim Max and Rogue and stuff like that. Why is it a shitty movie?
Oh, stuff like that.
Well, okay.
Toy Story sucked.
Well,
it had nothing to do with Toy Story.
Hang on. One, it has nothing to do with the actual Toy Story character whatsoever. It's supposed to be a story based around Buzz Lightyear on how he becomes the iconic toy. It takes you out of it takes you out of the actual time loop because now you have to ask yourself, when did the actual Toy Story actually take place if Buzz Lightyear exists within this universe? The other thing, it doesn't really fully explain on what Lightyear and friends are supposed to be. They borrow characters from the cartoon version of Buzz Lightyear, put them in, race swap them, change a few things, add in a few different social narratives because, we have to add some gay narratives to go with it, regardless whether you agree with it or don't, or whether it changes the aspect of the movie or if it doesn't. Even if you take it out of the actual film, it doesn't do fuck all. Then here's the beautiful thing: you have a multiverse or thrown in. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's not the movie that you think it's going to be.
And Buzz Lightyear's a guest star on his own movie.
I'm not going to spoil it for you,
hold on.
Sparky.
Is Tim Allen going to be in it? 'Cause I
No,
thought he
he's
got
not.
blacklisted.
It's
No, it's
not
Chris
even, he's not
Evans.
even voice.
It's Chris
Evans.
Evans.
Chris
It's
Evans is playing the
Chris
voice, and if you saw the video I posted in the back office earlier, he is a destroyed man as of yesterday because he's been put down like a dog.
No.
You can see that someone told him to shut the fuck up.
It gets better than that there, Gem-Max.
He did the number one taboo.
He is stuck going forward in time, trying to fix the mistakes that he created in the first place.
Yeah.
But his sidekick, or the black chick that he's with, he has to, live up to the factor that she's better than him.
No, that's true. But I'm saying Chris Evans, it's himself.
It is himself. Yeah, I would actually say that. Yeah.
Chris Allen in an actual interview that I posted on the back office is a destroyed man because they basically told him to shut the fuck up and read the script and stop going
Pretty
off
much.
script.
Yeah.
Because you see it in his eyes, like fuck. He is a destroyed man at this point because he does.
Well, again, if you actually read the script or even watched the movie, you can pretty much figure out the beats very quickly.
Yeah.
The black chick, she is perfect in every way. She's the best version of. We find out later that she's supposed to be like the space police, a ranger or whatever, but they don't really explain that in the show whatsoever. You just have to on.
Time out. The way I get this, and from what I've seen from the trailers. Like, there is a time loop. There is there is a space of time that happens after they do a test flight. When the show starts, I'm to understand Buzz Lightyear is not the Buzz Lightyear you're supposed to know of, he is almighty, he is the number one space ranger. This is his start into it and then climbs up to it. Nope. So if they have other people
that is not what this is.
That's not even part of it. If you actually look at the trailer carefully, you actually know. Here's again. There's several different trailers. If you watch all of them.
Time out. Why should I? Because you said the same thing in Sonic, and I don't agree with you.
No, I again that's the problem with the trailers. You found out what the movie was. And you told me exactly what the movie was going to be, and I told you, yeah, it's pretty much that.
Yeah, but you also told me it's the exact same as Sonic 1, and it's not.
It has the same basic beats of Sonic 1. Same thing.
Okay, I have a question about Sonic 2, by the way.
All right, what?
Is the Knuckles meme in it?
Not at all.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
In it.
Actually, yes and no. It was in it, but it was not Knuckles who said it. It was Robotnik saying it to Knuckles. And it was, I could show you the way.
Yeah.
That was it.
I'm okay with that.
But that's not really the meme.
Well, I know it's not the meme, and I understand where you're coming from, but it was in like the very beginning of the movie whenever Knuckles came in and found Robotnik.
No,
he sees
Knuckles doesn't know the way.
Yeah. He sees Robotnik holding the quill and is like, where did you get that? Robotnik says, from a little blue menace on the planet Earth. I could show you the way. I mean,
yeah, that's great. That's a throwaway reference. It doesn't even have a reference to the actual meme.
Cool.
If
I'm glad it doesn't. I'm glad it doesn't.
Led it towards you do not know the way. That is the actual
doesn't.
meme. I can show you the way. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, he's always, you do not know the way.
Yeah, you do not know the way.
Yeah. But Robotnik does know the way. There's a perfect parallel to it.
Not really. No, it's not. It's actually a shit parallel.
You have shit takes all the time, Jim Max.
Yeah.
No, I know, but that's me. A movie should have better takes than me.
Yeah.
It doesn't. That's the problem.
Yeah, you hate everything too, so...
Well, I'm old, so I'm allowed to.
Yeah. So again, why should I care what you had to say about it?
Well, why should you not?
Okay,
Oh.
my internet disconnected for a minute there.
It's fine.
Um,
we were just shit talking on GemX. It's
Yeah.
fine. You didn't miss
Also,
anything.
okay. Look. Okay. I gotta say this. Okay. Sparky,
Yes.
I need you to understand something. All right.
All right.
If I am the movie critic expert. All right.
You guys school me? Hey, oh, you guys school
Yes.
me? Okay, school
Yes.
me.
Okay. And I'm
School
gonna
me
do
with
this
your
by
gilded
saying,
critics.
by saying that the Batman was a masterpiece and Rogue and Jim are wrong. There you go.
I have one word to say that. I have one word to say to you. Kill yourself. That's 2 words. But still,
No.
kill yourself.
Well, I don't know one.
My only
I don't.
question is, how so?
Well, here's my question. One, why are you telling me this? I've never seen the Batman, and two,
You
I
need
really
to.
think.
Actually,
Yeah.
you need to sit down with your household
Fuck.
vagina, okay, and watch the fucking movie.
I
alright?
have to ask the question, how so?
Oh, I loved it.
Well, I gather you would, but
Yeah,
how
like,
so?
I like, I don't know, like, I just, like, there's a lot of things I liked about it, but like one of the things is it had a lot of realistic shit. Like, for example, his fucking wing or his cape doesn't magically just turn into a flight suit, right? Or it doesn't turn into
It did.
like
It actually
wings that
turned itself
literally.
into one
Or
of
not
those,
flight
those
suit. I
pearl
meant,
suits.
yeah. It doesn't turn into like his cape doesn't turn into a glider. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
It did.
No, it didn't. It just flopped while he was in a blow up suit. It was like a fly blow up suit. It was something they use for jumping out of the sky, like right now. It was
Yeah,
pretty
which was
realistic.
part of the actual cape.
It was part of the whole suit. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was actually part of the cape.
Pretty sure it's the whole suit. His whole suit blew up. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I don't care because it's still more realistic than his cape just turning into a freaking glider.
Well, here's the number one question. Here's the one main thing that does matter in the whole thing.
How
Did
did
it
he
have bat
survive the
nipples?
explosion?
What did you say, Sparky? What?
Did it have bat nipples?
No.
No.
Then it's
How
not
did he
good.
survive the explosion? He was face to face with an actual explosion.
If you actually pay attention to the explosion, or like you have to frame by frame it, though,
I did.
he actually puts he puts in front of it. He crosses his arms in front of his face.
Again, with the amount of concussion force that explosion had, which pretty much leveled the church, he would be dead.
Didn't level the church.
It did
It
level
even-
a portion of the church. It leveled the church.
Ow. It blew up a hole in the church, but it didn't level the church.
That's still leveling the church.
It blew up the ceiling. Whatever.
Still, that's enough concussion force to kill a person.
So what Rogue is saying is the church is a half a bevel off a plum. So
Yeah, the thing is, ultimately, is I'm just gonna say Batsuit. I mean, like, because I can bring that kind of shit up in every Batman movie. All right, ever. Okay, so like I gotta just be like, you know, I don't know, how did Batman in 1989 survive a bullet through rubber? Right?
Survive from
Like,
what?
huh?
You broke up there. Survive from what?
Oh, a bullet shot through just what is basically rubber.
Good question. They just kind of classified as a different form of Kevlar.
Bulletproof rubber. They said rubber in the thing. They said it was like a rubber suit in the actual scene. Like it was just weird. Like there's no such thing as bulletproof rubber. Okay, like not that thin anyway.
No, there is a ballistic control rubber. It does exist.
Not that thin. That's really. It was really.
This
thin.
is again. This is where we're gonna have to
89
kind of,
Batman.
Well, I know this. Again, we've been using it for quite some time. This is where we kind of go. This is where you have the movie magic aspect of it to throw into place, especially if you're going to say it was based off of reality. I kind of go, the Batman
I said
wasn't really
more based on reality.
it wasn't more
say-
based off of reality
it
because
was.
if it was more
It
based
didn't-
off of reality, the guy would have never survived the fall that he had, even with his squirrel suit. He would have never survived the explosion. He would have never survived the impact of him, leaping his car from one point to the other. Sorry, it's not based in reality. There's a lot of questionable action shots that are great, that makes it look very interesting and intriguing, but it's not more based in reality.
I mean, it is. For one, the suit is not some Fantasyland nonsense where it can withstand like a 50 cal. All right,
It
which is
did.
just insane. It did not withstand a 50
It
cal.
it
never got
survived
shot
a
with a 50
point
cal.
blank range shot from two different styles of weapons. One was the shotgun.
Yes.
For one,
which which any Kevlar suit at
It
all
wasn't even
ever can
Kevlar.
withstand. Yeah, well, I don't even remember what it was. It was like some kind of steel or something. Yeah, it was metal plates,
yeah, and
which
those
they
metal
do
plates-
use ballistic metal plates. That is the thing.
and again, they never specified they were ballistic metal.
Well, it goes ting whenever it gets
So,
shot.
so
Like,
does
I mean,
any
like-
metal plate armor.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't need anything explained to me. I don't want them to sit there and explain what the suit's made
Hey,
of.
come on,
It
come on.
also-
At least it's not
it's
made out of
microsources.
vibranium, right?
Like or unobtainium, right? Like, but no, like I this is one of the things I hated about the Chris whatever movies is I had to sit there and listen to Morgan Freeman explain every single
You did that-
solitary
you
thing.
pretty much got that if you watch James Bond, the originals.
I don't like that in James Bond either. Like I don't like, or any sci-fi. Science fiction actually is the main problem there. Well, to sit there and explain to you a laser pistol for like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, well,
I don't-
that's the reason of why you want to have some degree of
I don't need
understanding of
that.
that world.
I don't want it. I
Because
want to
the
visually
world,
see.
the world that the
Show,
Batman
don't
world
tell.
is not based in our world. It doesn't have the same logic.
Yeah, show don't tell. That's the rule. And
Not
one
always.
thing-
It doesn't always
and-
fit that rule. There's
and
there's
what-
exceptions to that show don't tell.
yeah, there are. But generally speaking, I don't need somebody to explain to me like that what I'm looking at is clearly ballistic armor. Okay, that is also probably pretty clearly made out of metal. Okay, so like I don't need that explained to me. Like I can see it, and when it goes ting whenever he gets shot. So like I go, okay, well it uses metal. Okay, I don't need it explained
no,
beyond
the idea.
that.
Hang on, coming from the actual Reeves himself, the idea of the actual bat suit is supposed to be a Russian pressurized suit, laced
what?
with it was a pressurized suit.
No, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Yeah. Matt Reeves, the guy who created this thing, it was
Yes.
a Russian pressurized suit. That is the bat suit.
Russian.
Pressurized.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
I don't.
The Russian pressure suit.
Okay. I'm literally.
That's
looking
what they
this
were
up.
going with.
Well, but I just looked it up. It doesn't have any armor. It's just
Very
a space
good.
suit.
Yes.
But it doesn't look anything like the suit.
That's what they were going for. That's the idea. It was going to have interlacing, mesh in that to go with it, but it's a pressure suit.
Well, it just looks completely different. Is all I'm saying.
No, I know. Which is, if you look at the actual reality versus what they actually went with, it's supposed to have like a pauldron and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't really, if you look at the way how it's designed, it wouldn't defend you with shit.
Yeah. Well, my
And from
thing is.
shit.
Is number one, like the reason I said that it was more resemblant of reality is the car doesn't have like it's not some like fancy fantasy freaking car with lovely little RGB and everything, right? It like out of like Batman and Robin. Okay, it's just a freaking hot rod car that he modded. Okay, which is fine. Like that's what all I wanted. So I like that car more, just because it's more realistic and grounded, right?
It was pretty much a DIY kind of vehicle, and they
Yeah.
really kind of fucked up the actual placement of a few things.
Whatever. I liked it. That car a lot.
Each their
But
own,
and, you know, because like I don't know, I looked at it and thought, wow, it's almost like a Dodge Charger from back in the day with some modification. But there was a lot of cars back then that looked very similar. But anyway, I can't remember. It was like the Charger and the SS something. I can't remember what the name of this. Nova SS looked very similar back then. But and I think a Camaro looked like copied some of that look. But ultimately, yeah, there's that. The I don't know, the suit did not look like anything beyond something that somebody could actually make. Like, it didn't look like some like fantasy nonsense, because I don't want fantasy in Batman. Okay, I don't want it to be based magic.
Well, the suit,
Like what I
hang on, hang
like
on, hang
like
on. For the return or whatever the Dark Knight series, that was based on reality.
not really, no.
Yeah, no,
It was
the
a lot
director,
of
no, the
fantasies with
director
it.
really wanted, the director really kind of went with, if you can make this now, this is the material that we could use. That was his principle. Even the
Yeah,
characters,
it,
even the villains were based on reality.
it didn't go that far though. Like for example, this is my favorite part. One, they were like, yeah, it could withstand, getting hit or getting shot. Like his first set of armor apparently could withstand pistols or whatever, right? But it couldn't handle getting bit by a dog. Like, that makes no sense. Like, it even says like it wouldn't. And then he gets beat up and still has bruises while wearing these big giant, basically, what is it? I can't remember if it was Kevlar or not, but it was just weird and dumb. Like, so a lot of the specifics, this is why you don't go into specifics when you're talking about this shit, because once you start going into specifics, you're causing me to have to Google what you're talking about and then dig further into that and be like, okay, so basically he was using level 3A armor, so how come he had issues with dogs beating him and biting him and people beating him up and stuff?
Because of plot.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, so I'm saying is, it's like, there's a lot of that stuff. Also, like, the suit would randomly turn into a glider. No, I'm sorry.
Again, because of plot.
I can't buy it. Like, and he tried to go into specifics about how that happened, but it still didn't make any sense. It just sounded like nonsense fantasy shit. So, like, I like, if the moment like that happens, it just takes me out, and I can't. And the vehicle, and I'm sorry, the Batmobile from the Nolan movies is the worst Batmobile of
Yeah,
all
I'm
of
not
them.
saying it's the greatest. I'm just kind of
Like,
focusing on the actual armament that
it's
they were
not
using.
it's not a car. It's a tank.
No, it's a tank. Yeah,
Yeah, like, that's the part that bothers me, right?
and again, Batman actually had a tank.
I no, he did, but it wasn't the car.
And again, they didn't really want to focus on the car. That was what Nolan was going for. He was actually going for something that was
But he
reasonable
calls it
for.
the car.
Yeah, of course they're going to call it, because it had resemblance of it. It had 4 wheels.
Really? It didn't look anything like a car to me.
Yeah, it actually had wheels. It actually turned into.
Oh,
a
I know it had
Batmobile.
wheels, but they have
It
tanks
had
with
wheels. It was an armored class of a jeep or a tank like thing that actually shot out the Bat bike.
Yeah,
It was like a 2-for-1. So it had wheels. So it
I
actually
mean,
was
tanks
designed.
have wheels. They do
Yeah,
have
but they
tanks
also
that have wheels.
they're really
The Germans,
kinda,
especially.
yeah, that was designed as a more of a jeep. They were armored jeep. That's what they were going for that one.
But also, I don't know. The Riddler too, like, is more realistic. Like, when I think of the Riddler,
Yeah, the Riddler that
it's difficult
the
for me
Riddler
to
that they used, he wasn't really the Riddler. He was more of something else.
I think it was like a Riddler origin story, but
See,
that's what the whole movie came off
I know
as.
what they were trying to go for as a Riddler origin story.
Although I will complain about the name a lot, like the
Yeah.
fact they didn't call him Enigma.
Yeah, no, that's
that pissed me off.
no, and that is where I kind of agree with the factor that they didn't really follow the actual proper origin story of the Riddler. They just kind of half-assed it and kind of go, that's the Riddler, that's the Catwoman. This guy that's going to have a cut scene that we're going to edit heavily, that is the Joker. This black dude who doesn't resemble anything of Commissioner Gordon, because it could have been any person taken at that spot. We're just going to call him Commissioner Gordon or James Gordon.
I don't have an issue with him being. I don't care about.
No, again, he wasn't
black.
James Gordon. He was just another character.
Okay, but I mean, I don't agree with that. He was Gordon, but that, like,
So what made him Gordon?
The same thing that always makes Gordon Gordon. He's a random ass commissioner. That's basically it. Like that's the extent of it. Like, I'm sorry, Gordon is probably like number one on my list of least favorite characters in the entire thing. Like, I
The
don't
reason
care.
why Gordon is you know,
I mean, if you're
highly
trying to now, if you're trying to compare Gordons, yes, for sure, he would be the worst Gordon in all the movies. I would agree with that if that's what you're going for. Like, that's a middle ground I'll agree with.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
if all the movies,
that's where everybody's kind of going with. They don't care whether he's black or white. They're kind of going the character that the guy that this actor was supposed to play was not James Gordon. It was just some half-ass person who just happened to be there.
yeah, I mean, like, and the thing is like, I don't know what, like, if they cut out a lot of his dialogue or not. Like, I do know that the movie, after they shot it and edited it together, apparently was like almost 7 hours long.
Yeah,
And then they cut it down. So there might have been a lot that
well,
was
yeah,
missing
and
from
that's
Gordon.
the problem when it comes down to this movie, The Batman. It's heavily edited to fit within a structure that should have been a two-part. So we are missing a lot of details, but with the movie as is, for the mass consumption of the wide audience, it's not that great of a movie.
Well, and the
It's
bad
not
part
the
is
worst out of
director's
the
cuts
back
aren't a thing
collection,
either.
but it's not the greatest out of all the back collections.
Yeah, well, and the other problem is that director's cuts aren't a thing anymore.
No,
So,
that's correct. It's correct, and
which is a
we're
shame.
probably not going to see a Matt Reeves cut anytime soon, because what we got up on screen is what we got up on screen. We'll be lucky if we get to see it in the Blu-ray.
He was
or whatever it
already
is.
interviewed it.
Yeah.
Or I mean, interviewed about it. He said that his exact words were, "Well, that was the director's cut."
There you go. So
Yeah, and I'm just like, but that okay, but that's the new. All the editors or the directors today are saying that same shit. Right?
yeah, of course. That's because they're told to say that.
Yeah, like
They don't want to have another what's his face moment for the guy that did the Justice League, Snyder.
Yeah.
They don't want to have that happen again, where everybody who out of the world is going to be going, I want to see the actual direction that the editor wanted, or the director wanted, not the studio edit. This is what happened with the guy that did Dune. What the fuck is his name? The 80s version of it.
Oh, yeah, that would be Lynch. David Lynch.
Thank you. Because he rejects that movie outright. It wasn't his movie.
Yep.
It was put together by the studios.
Yeah.
He filmed it, yes, but he never got to or so everybody said, "Oh, that's the David Lynch." No, it isn't. I'm not a major fan of David Lynch, but I want to see his version of it, Dune.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge David Lynch fan. So.
No, I'm not shocked, but
I like abstract shit. So
again, not shocked. There's abstract, and then there's David Lynch, but again, but to each their own. And I kind of go, look, if people are looking for a specific thing from directors or from a specific character franchise, you're completely wrong on the idea, because the studios want to make sure they're safe, that they have a degree of profitability. That's it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether the movie's successful or fails, because guess what? The studios, especially the big ones, make sure that they bankroll themselves in case they do fail, because they have fancy different things that will support them, just in case that movie doesn't work out for them. They have a way of working the books to make it very positive for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how big the loss is, sure. That's why they can get away with funding Sundance shit pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. I mean, so they actually go into it kind of knowing that the movie's going to be a success or a failure very quickly in some cases. So they will hedge their bets if perchance it's something that's questionable.
Yeah, they hedge their bets like Antoine. What? Oh shit.
But no, I mean, when it comes down to it, yes, but everybody's kind of going, Lightyear is flopping, and I kind of look at the numbers and going, yeah.
I just don't
It-
like it whenever I said I don't like Toy Story. Like, it has nothing to do with Toy Story. It's like, yes, it does. Like, you can't have Buzz Lightyear
without
Toy Story. And secondly, you can't tell me that Buzz Lightyear, like the movie, is not going to be riddled with fucking references to Toy Story. Of course it is. Okay.
In this case, they kind of reference it more so to the actual cartoon than they do anything else.
What do you mean to
And
the cartoon? It is a cartoon.
No, they get rid of the actual. No, they're talking about the actual animated cartoon that they had on Fox or whatever it was for that short period. I think it was Disney Channel. Yeah, that short bit that they had.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's what they
God.
reference a lot of their resources to. They really don't go back to a lot of the Toy Story franchise. They really focus on the animated series.
Wait, why didn't they just leave it alone and just keep it with the animated series, actually?
Good question. Don't know going forward, but there is a bit of references to it, and the time jump makes no sense, especially when you get closer to the end of the movie. They also do a bit based around episode 5 of a Star Wars reference, or they lead towards it, and it just shits itself.
Wow.
It's
But to be fair, me and Sparky do agree on Sonic.
no.
Like Sonic 1.
No, I get it. Sonic is a decent franchise. It made same amount of money as the first one for the most part. It has same kind of story beats going forward. They go forward on the narrative of that franchise, which leads to the speculation of what they're going to do when they bring in Shadow.
So I didn't expect much going in.
No,
to
that's
Sonic. So my expectations were actually super I went in there expecting a popcorn film. That's what I got. Because that's what the games are. So.
Oh yeah, no. Again, when you go into these types of movies, you've got to set your bar very, very low. And unfortunately, when it comes down to Disney, you can't set your bar low enough.
Yeah. And here's the wild thing with the Sonic movies and anything else. The Sonic movies, especially this last one, was really successful. The game it's based off of, however, oh boy.
Well, they felt more based on Static X than it did anything in the games.
Oh no! They made a game that's based off the Sonic 2 movies, and oh boy, does it fail.
Oh. Why did they do that?
Don't ask me.
Well, I'll be right back.
Hang on.
I gotta go smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. Sonic 2 is mostly focusing on Tails and Sonic.
Yeah.
There was an expansion card that came with in order for you to get Knuckles.
Yeah, and it became Sonic and Knuckles.
That became later, which is considered 2.5 or even a Sonic 3 if you go within the actual lore of the franchise.
It's actually Sonic 3.
Yeah.
I said that Sonic 2 is a mix of like 5 to 6 different games.
It's actually 3, but
Sonic Adventures because of Shadow and Gun.
Well, the gun reference is kind of vague. They're not gun yet. That's
They
the
are
problem.
Gun. They call themselves Gun Guardian Units. Of
Yeah,
Nations.
but they're not really. They are in the art. That's the problem with them.
Yeah, they're not the gun from
Right, and
Adventures.
that's why I said they're borrowing from at least 3 different franchises. They skipped over. You're gonna get the Shadow version of Sonic the Hedgehog coming up. How far that proceeds going forward is questionable. But yeah, no, you really got more so. What is it? Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 2, and then there was another one that threw in. What was the third one that they threw in? I could be sitting here for a bit while I try to remember it. But you'll get more for most likely for Gun, or even a reference to it by the time you get to Sonic 3. they've kind of omitted a few games, and they're going to push it over to the other series if they're going to
Yeah.
go forward on it.
I know.
That's basically, because again, you can't really build an entire franchise strictly on games themselves. You have to bring in some new elements here and there, which is a reason of why Sonic is a successful franchise when it comes down to it, especially 2, and comparative to the PlayStation or not PlayStation, the Sony's version of games, which was the Uncharted, that they did pretty much a shot for shot using the actual video game,
Mm-hmm.
and it failed because they didn't introduce anything new. So if you don't introduce anything new, then what's the point of watching the movie when you can simply play the game?
Got some people who want to sit down and watch a movie and not play a game.
Oh, I gathered that, but unfortunately, you have a small market then.
Yeah. Oh, and we got someone new. We got the Gallagher. What's up?
Oh god, we got people.
I'm not new. I'm old.
Well, new on this channel.
Yeah, cause we don't hate each other anymore.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
yeah. That's actually what me and Vlad started off this conversation, this stream with was, yeah, it's unique. Yeah, Gallagher came in here. We're not fighting with each other.
Wait, hold on. Vlad hates everybody. To be fair.
Well, no.
I
We're talking
pretty
about,
much have
about
that.
me and you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm perfectly capable of disagreeing with people and also still like not hating. I don't know. Me and Vlad get into screaming matches like every other day, so it's fine.
He's told us. He's told us.
I have the same amount of screaming matches with him, and I still beat him.
Well, actually,
Well, I've also grown up a
Just-
lot too.
Just for context, for a good example is Vlad sent a picture of his own shit and I reported it to Discord.
Okay.
Damn.
Why?
I mean,
But no.
he said multiple times, I don't care if my social media accounts get deleted, I'll just make a new one. So
Yeah, that's what he's done with Twitter.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's on
What
number
is this?
5.
15 or 18 for you, Vlad?
He walked away to smoke
left
a
to
cigarette.
go, gets a cancer stick.
Yeah, he's not as cool as me, just smoking in the computer room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He has
probably
kids.
doesn't-
He's been forced to go outside with the dogs.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's obviously issues to smoking inside, so I get why he doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's all good. But no, what have you been up to? When was the last time you and me talked? I can't remember.
Oh God, probably like fucking 2019 in a non-combative manner. Probably like 2019, 2018. Really
2000
long time ago.
2018 non-combative, 2019 combative because of the whole anti-hero BS. But yeah,
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I feel like this is Sparky's. Where is your or what is it? This is your life. Sparky.
yes, my life in
Division.
Sparky
Jesus.
this shit. So it's not as
Yeah.
gilded as Vlad's though.
No, because I told Sparky a million times, like when we were first fighting, like if people are bothering you, just ignore them. Like no passive aggressive shit, just ignore them and they'll go away. And then he finally did it. I'm like, fuck, I have no choice but to respect that now.
Like I said, I've learned a lot, and I've come to terms with a lot of things. One,
Yeah.
I do know my mouth can get me in a lot of trouble. That one I do
Well,
accept.
Here's the thing I learned. If anybody says they tried to ignore someone and it didn't work, they're lying.
Well, that's my whole take on Antoine right now. It's like,
Oh yeah, he's like my best friend in the whole world. Like if he was with me right now, I'd buy him a drink and like pay for everything. And
who, Antoine?
oh yeah, me and Anton, like dude, we're like inseparable.
Keep beats in the pod.
I have nothing negative to say about him, and he has nothing negative to say about me. Like it's a completely positive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I sense a little bit of sarcasm, but I can't
I
gauge it.
smell a lot of bullshit, but I'm used to it by now.
No, I actually like. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say I hate him, but I pretty much hate him.
No. Here's the beautiful thing. I will go out of my way and say that I hate the motherfucker. That doesn't mean that he can't exist within my space and my world. That I loathe him to a point where I want to murder him as often as possible.
Yeah.
But
No,
I just hate him.
Like, he just frustrates me. That's all.
No, that is a level of hate. That is
For someone of his age, he
Mhm.
should not be that frustrating. Like, he should he doesn't have very much self-awareness, and that's what frustrates me. And I think the big thing boiled down to when he made a fake account to report people,
Mhm.
and he was like hardcore playing the victim card. Like,
Wait.
I was like,
I remember this whole thing right now.
Yeah.
What was that count? It was something Zell brought up, wasn't it?
yeah, it was called Kenneth Kane.
All right. Well, no, actually, right now I can tell you right now that's not Antoine. I do know who that account does go to. It's not a fake account.
I was talking to Antoine about it. It was actually Antoine. It was actually Antoine.
All right.
Because like when me and him were DMing, we were privately DMing, and I literally told him, I'm like, dude, if you tell me that was you, I'm not going to be a drama whore and tell other people. I just want to know for my own satisfaction, was that you? And then I was like, if you say no, I will believe you and drop it. And he would not say no. He refused to say no. And I think at one point in time he said, and what if I do tell you? Are you gonna make a mockery of me in public for everyone to laugh at me? And I said no. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, he didn't say that was him, but he also would not say that was him. And you know what?
We don't need to know whether it's him or not. He is his own form of mockery by himself. He doesn't need anybody else to do that for him. He does it himself on a regular.
Yeah, of course. But my whole point was that if he actually did tell me that wasn't me, I would have dropped it. I would have honest to God dropped it. And if he did say that was me, I would not have told anybody else about it because I honestly only wanted to know for my own personal benefit.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like, even if it was, or even if it wasn't, it's like, fuck, just flag it.
Yeah. Also, the whole I got doxxed thing was extraordinarily bitch made, and I told him, like, he DM'd me. He's like, "Oh, are you gonna be friends with these people who doxed me?" And I was like, "That's not a dox. That's an old ass picture of you. That's like you're acting like you don't want to know what doxing is. If you didn't have to move from your address and delete your online internet persona, then you weren't doxed. Like, if I can't if the information shared wasn't enough for me to know your exact location at any given point in time where I couldn't be able to drive to your house and assault you, then it's not doxing.
Well,
I'm sorry, but someone sharing an old picture of you is not doxing.
Yeah, well, even then, it's like me and Vlad's been talking about the whole hell. Even me and Rogue's been talking about the whole Atman BS that's been going on, the Atman Chrome TV stuff. It's like Atman's whole excuse is, oh, well, he doxed me. And it's like, dude, you type your fucking name, the Atman, in on fucking Google's search result down on a fucking site called YouTube Wikipedia. Your name and everything's in there. It's like, oh, well, how did they get his mom's address? And it's like, oh, mom's phone number. It's called white pages because you just need a name and it lists out all relatives, all family numbers, addresses, and phone numbers. And that's all public record.
I get the fuck uppery about that shit. Like, some people go out on a limb. Like, fucking Medicare Fembot pissed me off with that because she was like, it wasn't doxing because it was on someone's voter registration. I'm like, okay, that's a little fucking much.
Voter registration is private information.
But for me, like, if you have for instance, this is how I found that picture of Antoine DeviantArt. I typed in Cole Spire on Google, and it was the third result was his DeviantArt, and then when you click on it, it shows his picture. It wasn't like fucking me and fucking Ray Stone got to a big argument because he accused me of doing, and I quote, forensic levels of research to find that picture. I'm like, no. I said I even showed a screenshot of how I found the picture, and he was like, that DeviantArt is deactivated, and I said it was only deactivated after the picture was shown. That Antoine deactivated it after the picture was shown, and he said, "I don't believe you."
Well,
And I said,
that's
"Ask
well, that's
Antoine."
Okay,
well,
okay,
that's actually something I got into conversation with Antoine and Ray about. And it's like, yeah, no, they understand now. It's like, yeah, Antoine fucked up in that one.
well, look, no, okay, when it comes to the DeviantArt, just because you disabled the actual account doesn't necessarily mean it's gone away. DeviantArt owns that shit.
Well, if the
so
account's
the problem-
disabled,
So
Doesn't matter.
to be fair, when you disable a DeviantArt account, you can't search it up the same way, but you can still find it if you know the name of the file you're looking for.
Yeah, not just that, but if you have
But,
any
like,
pictures in that
the
that go with it,
pro-
it's attached to that account.
Like, the thing that pissed me off was the thing that really like broke the camel's back on that subject is Blair White, a fucking YouTuber, literally got doxxed by another person in Canada who's very like infamous, like extraordinarily infamous for
Yeah.
like being a trans person and going to places that are going to refuse her service so she can make like an outrage about it. Blair White and this person got into an argument, and that person literally took Blair White's address, work information, all of that, and put it all over the internet to the point where she got harassed and had to move. And she posted about how horrible it was to be doxxed on Twitter. And then Antoine replied, "I know how you feel. Being doxxed makes me feel sick." And I was like, "Oh my god, you fucking pussy!" Like,
Well-
we're not. Like, no. Your
What
picture-
pussified shit are you guys talking about now?
I believe that would have been Joey Sarson.
well, here's the thing, and here's the whole thing with that whole deal too. I wouldn't really even call that doxing. That's just harassment. That's not even dox. That's just harassment at that point. And no, that's not right. It
I
should
would
not
even-
happen.
I would even call it a stretch to call it harassment, because like the problem is that it already, like, here's the thing, right? Like,
They brought it on themselves.
yeah, he brought it on himself, but when it literally happened to Vlad right before that, like, Antoine was exceptionally willing to dismiss it. But when it happened to him, all of a sudden the definition changed, and I was like, okay, this is retarded.
Yeah,
I can no longer interact with this person anymore.
Well, and that's one of the things that, you know, and yeah, I'm good friends with Antoine. You know, we know a lot of stuff about each other. It's like, you know, personal stuff about each other. You know, locations, phone numbers, where we live, stuff
How
like
big
that.
you are, that kind of stuff. We got it.
Not that, but but no, it's like I do consider myself a really good friend of Antoine, but I'm also not one of those people I'm gonna roll over and just take your side because I'm your friend. I'll call you out too.
Antoine is a big proprietor of social credit. Like, the better you are to him, the better he'll be to you. And then, like, if the minute you stop like scratching his back or rubbing his belly, that's when he doesn't care anymore.
He hasn't
that's
done
the
that to
thing
me
that kind
yet,
of, like,
so.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that, I mean, like, I've seen things, I've heard things. I'm like, I watch, I listen, and like, I can tell you right now, the minute you stop giving, he's the kind of guy where the minute you try to provide him with like a little bit of constructive criticism, he turns on you in a heartbeat. And I know that you probably know this, Sparky, because I know you probably tried to.
Oh no,
tell him.
I know full well, and he's tried it with me, and the problem is I'm a little bit more hard-headed than he is, so. But no, I get it. I really do get it. You know, a lot of Antoine's issue is social ego, and that's why it is.
Oh yeah,
I love the man,
yeah.
but still, he lets it just get to his head and all this other good stuff. It's like with the whole deal. Whenever I was getting like gone at from all sides because of the whole Tonka ain't I hero bullshit. You know, he was one of them that kind of went against me, and whenever I showcased proof to him of, you know, this is what happened, he jumped on my side, started defending me. He's like, dude, man, don't. I don't need you to do this. I don't want you to do this.
At first he didn't, because he had to make sure that the situation was more beneficial to him. So he had to pick whatever side was the best for his image. That's why he waited so long, because me and Vlad were like, are you going to say something about this? And then, like, the thing that's even more telling about that was he wanted to have a stream with me and Vlad. to ask us to stop like bothering you. And
Well,
the stream was
here's
2
the thing.
hours long.
And here's the
But-
thing.
but-
And I
Yeah.
never asked him to do any of that. I actually told him to just stay out of it. This is something that's between me and Anti-Hero. This is something that, because I ate popcorn on a stream and everyone's making these wild-ass fucking conspiracy theories on the whole bullshit. Is like, just let me fucking deal with it. And if I end up getting a lot of people driven away from me, but just do the same thing.
But he did, like, here's the thing, right? And you might think I'm wrong, but he didn't give a shit about whether or not me and Vlad were bothering you.
I know.
Because in that 2-hour-long stream, we talked about you for about 15 minutes. And then the rest of the stream, it was all about Antoine.
Oh, I know. I've watched the streams. I kept tabs and documentation, so I knew what was being thrown at me, so I could either prepare for it or ignore it. And a lot of
like yourself an umbrella.
The good old days.
The good old days. And whenever it got to the point of when like Zell was coming down and just making because he had popcorn, it was all pre-planned, and it was at that point. It's like, I just need to leave this alone and move on because it's at that point. It's like, I just need to move on because now they're just telling bullshit. Just let them stop bullshit.
The whole Zell thing was par for the course because he's literally just like an IED. Like, he could go off on the.
He's a drama queen. He's been like that forever.
Yeah.
He can explode at any moment for any reason.
Yeah, and Antoine did kind of get upset at me because whenever they were going back with the whole FAFU and bullshit with the whole doxing of Zell possibly got fucking doxed and stuff like that. I only did one thing in the whole deal, and I spammed Wayne's World. That's all I did.
Wayne's World.
And it was a Wayne.
One of the first times I ever met Zell, it was because he was popping off on Vlad over like something stupid. He was calling Vlad like a deadbeat dad and like a food stamp junkie and stuff like that. That's why I call Zell an IED, because at any point in time he could just fucking explode. Because
he's done it to Vlad, he's done it to Addy, he's done it to several people, and it's like I told all those guys.
Antoine, and
it's like I told all them guys, and it's like, look, you can hang out with Zell. Zell's fun to sick on people. Yes, that's very fun, but the problem is he's also a dog that you can sick on people, but that dog's not real trained and it will go on you.
Look.
Well, he's like a dog chasing your car.
If you have a retarded dog that you're going to use as an attack dog, and it not only attacks everybody else, including you, that's when you want to take a shotgun, double point, blank. Done. Over. Just kill it.
That's what we did do.
The nice thing about people like that is it's only a matter of time before they turn on themselves, and that's why Zell's not on the internet anymore. But he never turned on me because I just have this magical thing called turn off your internet and stop fucking with people online.
Pretty much.
So, like, I literally
or block, ignore button.
This was the fun I had with Tonka, because, and I do this with everybody, because they make up shit about you because they want you to justify it by providing real life information to counter them. So it's like, he's like, you're just a burger flipper, Gallagher. You're just a nobody who lives in his mom's basement, blah, 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 blah. And I was like thinking to myself, like, I could tell him what I really do and what my real life situation is, but that's what he wants. So I'm just going to let him like play in his own shit. And it was fun to literally watch this guy who is quote unquote so famous and so successful literally scream my name into the ether because he wanted me to get on his stream so he could talk to me. I'm like, but you're this successful YouTuber, I'm a nobody. Like, why does
I love those ones.
I
remember I used to just tell people random things that I used to do.
I would just get in the chat and say hi, and then everybody would lose their fucking mind.
I don't understand why all that. I never understood how it blew up to that fucking level, and it's like,
it's
dude,
all nothing better to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
dude, why is it? It's like, here's the whole thing. I was floored about the whole situation. It's like, why is this even a big thing? Okay, yes, Tonka came on a show that was done by Antoine, myself, and Anti-Hero. Anti-Hero got fucking thrashed on there by Tonka. Okay, fine. Who cares? Move on. There's no fucking conspiracy theories about it.
Here, I'm gonna tell you, Sparky. The answer is really simple. It's the same reason why people watch reality TV show or any TV show for that matter. It's pure entertainment, and that's it.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty
I've
much.
never-
that explains
I've never,
like
ever
the
thought about-
Jerry Springer bottom feeders. Most of the shows nowadays, they're not for entertainment.
I'm going to say this right now. There is nothing wrong with enjoying that. I
No,
enjoy
I-
that. I
Oh,
enjoy,
there's nothing wrong
I-
with it.
No,
I enjoy
did
the
I say that
internet
was a
drama.
bad idea?
Like I'll even stoke the internet drama. I don't care. What do I have to lose? I'm literally nobody on the internet, and nothing on here is tied to my real life. So like I get on here, I drop a bomb, I get off for like a day, I come back and I see what's evolved into. It's like a petri dish. It's like a science experiment.
If I had to remember right, I think it lasted like 2 weeks with me. With me being involved, it lasted 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, it's like, you know what? Okay, fine. Let them do what they want. Let them say what they want. Mute, block, go on and do my other things. Came across Rogue, started doing stuff for Rogue and Penn and on like 7 Days to Dies and a couple other things like that. And they continued on. And they continued on for like, what, 6 months? Until finally it died down?
You don't understand, Sparky. That's the goal. That's the goal, is seeing how long it continues. Like, I thought it was absolutely glorious. Like, I thought it was great when we had 13 viewers per stream, and like 3 of them were like Tonka and 2 of his friends. Like, it was great. I was like, oh my god, we're bothering them that much that this successful YouTuber who has so many views that he has to hide it from YouTube is getting on my stream to watch me and Vlad talk about Star Wars. Like it was the best thing ever.
I had some people like, you know, Infallible Foul, Davis, Valuable Ninja. I had a couple other ones always come into my streams after the whole bullshit happened. And they would, like Davis and Foul, after they had a falling out with Tonka, would sit there and try to get me to say something or do something, or try to catch me like in a catch-22, try to do something. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this, guys.
Well, yeah, because like everybody on the internet is a huge like tribalistic retard, and I hate that.
I hate it too.
Like, the thing is, I will never have a civil conversation with Infallible Foul or Davis because they were so far on Tonka's dick that it wasn't even funny. And like the thing is, like, how do you recover from that? Like being so like blinded by someone else and just feel like I get it. Like, oh, this guy is big and he protects me and he makes me feel like I belong. So of course I'm going to defend him tooth and nail. But at the same time, it's like, what is left for you? Like, you know, that's the funny thing about it, is seeing like how these people go to such like insane extents to like defend people who made them feel important.
Well, it's not even that. It comes down to like me and Addie. It's like Addie was like severely down my fucking throat when the whole bullshit happened. It's like, you know, you just need to die or something like that. I mean, extremely like down my throat and stuff like that. It's like, okay, whatever. And you know, me and him actually kind of patched things up a couple months ago. And it's like, yeah, we talk on not a regular basis, but we say hi to each other, and you know, it's all kosher bullshit and stuff like that. And his issue with me is because I sent a super chat to Tonka, you know, basically say something, and it's like, well, what did I do? Well, you disparaged Doc. He's like, no, I didn't. I told the truth on it. He's like, Doc is just a fucking, you know, a glory hound at times. So he's gonna start a shit point, and when he does, he's gonna revel in it. That's what Doc does.
I guess my rule of thumb is don't act like you're ever better than anybody else on the internet. You're just
I'm better than everybody on the internet.
Yeah, I've always considered myself like as shitty as the shittiest shit stain on the internet, and I've never tried to act any better than that.
I'm to the point now is I'm not better than anyone. Like if I'm talking about something that I know or I'm good at, I will speak competently about it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm all high and mighty, I'm above you.
Well, that's different. You can know something more than somebody, but still acknowledge that you're just a shithead like everyone else.
Yeah,
I'm just somebody out on the internet
which is the reason why I'm better than all y'all, because I know I'm the biggest shithead here.
I'm just somebody. I'm just somebody on the internet that likes to put my point of view out there, my opinions. If you like them, okay. If you don't, whatever.
Who likes to whip it out and try to throw it onto the table and impress people, and people like And.
No, he likes to
when
take
the
his
fuck have I
tomahawk
done
out.
that? No. When the fuck have I done that, Rogue?
You get.
What?
I'm kidding. Jesus fucking Christ.
He likes to take his tomahawk and put on his little headdress.
Hey, I don't want to do. I don't want to steal Tonka's thing, okay?
But you are Native American. That's the difference.
There's no way you can still talk this thing, because unless you have an iron buffalo underneath you, you can never take it away from him.
If people didn't want you to appropriate their culture, they would stop you.
Well, I've got a Cherokee ID since I'm part of the Cherokee Nation, so it doesn't matter.
Cherokee.
I ain't culturally appropriating nothing. I am a part of the culture.
The only thing he doesn't have is the actual Cherokee, chassis to go with his collection.
So the thing is, when people do start doing stuff like that, you're supposed to feed them more to try to make their story like more unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like there was
well, that's what I got Rogue for.
No, but
yeah, there was someone in
is...
Vlad's server who used to like jump into voice chats with us. Like every day he would jump into voice chats with us and just come up with us, like tell us this like insanely unbelievable story. And I used to be like, dude, that's bullshit. But then I was like, you know what? It's probably more fun to just ask him more questions that make himself look better, just to see how crazy we can make the story go. So like one day he was like,
yeah, but with Sparky, he disappoints me because we try to give the tall tales and that, and he just shits all over it. It's almost like him with jokes. He takes those jokes in the back corners, lines them up, plugs them each and every time, and it's like going, Sparky, we had this. It was an easy hit for you, and what the fuck do you do?
I'm pretty sure the CDC just calls that autism.
It's definitely a spectrum.
Shut up, Wesley.
Gallagher, I just sent you his card carrying ID that he has. So, you want to take a look at that?
No,
Sparky knows what I sent him. Everybody here knows what I sent him.
Jesus Christ.
I'm good.
That's probably that badass fucking photo with the goddamn headdress photoshopped on it.
I used to have to make fun of Vlad because whenever I typed in Anu Vlad on Twitter,
it was Anus Vlad.
No, you type in it used to be this. It's not the same way anymore, but you typed in Anu Vlad on Google and then you click on images and like the third one down was a Photoshop of Sparky sleeping with a gay pride parade in the background.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no, I've been trying to find some of those old deals. I can't find them anymore.
It was on your birthday stream. You fell.
I know. Well, you know what? It is kind of a birthday stream today because my birthday is tomorrow. So, but I'm not drinking.
He's stroking that ego even more. So just be careful.
I gotta see if I can find it now. I'm not gonna work too hard, but if I see it, I see it.
That sounds like a brilliant idea. Don't work too hard.
One day closer to the grave. There you go,
Sparky.
Oh yeah.
Alright, hold on. I gotta go downstairs and get my cat's water.
Okay.
I mean, that or the cat's gonna plot your demise later at night. Who knows?
Nah. No, it's called being married and doing whatever your wife tells you to because you're whipped.
Yeah, no, that's
no. Completely understand.
That's still plotting your demise. Yeah. No.
I completely understand that.
Being plotted, yes.
No, being married.
Oh, that's understandable for some.
Is Vlad even back yet? Or did the
still
cigarette kill him?
He's still celebrating his Father's Day.
And probably, the kids have tripped over him or had him trip over them, and now he's hogtied and being force fed, whatever they made, and that kind of shit.
Periodos.
Oh yeah, Mr. Gamer came in and says, "Happy birthday, Sparky. Thank you."
Yeah, I was going to mention that, but I wasn't paying attention. There's also a message that's been, retracted, so I'm quite curious on the retracted
And he
message.
probably said,
Does
"Fuck
it have
off,
to do-
Sparky."
Does it have to do anything with aliens?
Who knows?
I mean, I want to know. Also, thank you for all the fish.
Thanks for all the fish.
But no, that is one thing I would like to have is a lot, because there's a lot of fucking memes of that infamous stream of when I passed the fuck out. And I kind of want them in the meme section of the Discord. So
now you want them in the meme section of your Discord. Jesus,
we need to go. We need to go to the restaurant at the end of the universe because I hear they have great birthday cake there.
Yeah, they do. They do. Apparently, there's 42 flavors.
But the answer to the question is what is 9 times 6?
42.
So, don't forget that. No, 9 times 6. It's not even 42.
No, I know, but the answer to the ultimate, the answer for the ultimate question of everything is 42.
But the ultimate question is what is 9 times 6?
Ooh,
You didn't know that?
yeah, I know, but who? Still 42.
Yeah. Which makes absolute sense.
Yes,
just so you know.
Just at the end of the day, I mean, just watch out for those white mice that might just show up every now and then.
Don't think it's splattered.
I think Vlad died.
One does. One does.
I'm gonna tell him to hurry up.
Still, what was it? Oh yeah, the other thing. I still like the way how the internet spurgs at the moment are saying that Disney's Miss Marvel is a complete flop.
I've enjoyed a lot of. I've seen some stuff on Twitter, and it's like Top Gun Maverick is trying to take away what Captain Marvel put into place, and it's like you do know that they kind of took from the original Top Gun, right?
I'm just trying to figure that out. How Captain Marvel and Top Gun have any form of relationships going?
It's something to do.
Fight planes.
Who the fuck cares? She becomes a fucking superhero. Look, the Green Lantern flew on a fucking plane.
Yes, I know.
Here's the thing about Tom Cruise. He doesn't need a plane to be a superhero. He
This is
just
why I
is a
deleted
superhero.
my Twitter account.
He's Tom fucking Cruise. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And she's fucking a bitch and he. So
all right, what'd you say, Gallagher?
I said that's why I deleted my Twitter account.
I got mine's left open. I have multiples, so I can just see what kind of spurgery comes from it.
I might eventually get on it one day, but like I'm just tired of hearing how SpongeBob is transphobic.
I got my Twitter account by saying
they stopped that for a bit,
and then I lost it again. I still think it's hilarious how I got it back, though. Give me back my account, or Elon Musk is going to fire you. Okay, what? That works.
That works, yeah.
It worked once. It only works once, though.
My favorite social media like PP slap was when my mom shared a memory of like one of the last family reunions that we had like fucking 15 years ago, and it was like me and all my brothers because I have like fucking 1,000 brothers, and my mom was like, some sentimental mom bullshit about how proud she was of her kids or something like that. And I was like, yeah, and if I could go back in time, I would still beat up my brothers or something like that. And then Facebook gave me a warning they gave me a 24-hour suspension for inciting violence.
Yeah, it's Facebook.
It was great.
That is Facebook. They have a weird spurgery about that.
I wish they would mail me that because I would frame it and put it in my office.
I was just, fascinated with the relationship that you had with your 1,000 brothers. So apparently you have a really good relationship with a lot of black folks. Got that. Figured it out.
I don't know any. I don't know any that aren't in jail.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm just kidding. I can't
You're pretty.
I can't make those jokes because my wife is a minority.
Really?
I'm a
And she's
minority
doing her
suicide,
best
and
to
I don't give a
ignore me
shit.
right now.
No,
Uh,
you know, it's easy. It's easily done.
I mean, technically, Hispanics are supposed to be like a majority soon, so I guess it's just fighting the
Majority
system in
where?
reverse. I'm just doing it before it happens rather than after.
Yeah, but a majority where?
What?
A majority where? I mean, are we
In
talking?
America?
Thank you, because you know I'm a bit further on the northern area.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're fake American. Got it.
Here's the thing: they would be
Pretty
a
close.
majority if they weren't too busy killing each other.
Americans are just Canadians are just cold Americans
I guess you can say that. Yeah.
that sometimes speak French.
Those people don't exist.
Also, ironically,
They
that's more
shouldn't.
true for
No,
black
no, no. They
than
shouldn't exist.
Hispanics.
No, they don't exist. They're a figment
You
of our
should be more
imagination.
politically correct.
No.
The only one that exists is Justin Trudeau, and he tries to make it look like there's more than one.
Yeah, and that's
Justin Trudeau is literally Bugs Bunny if Bugs Bunny was a human.
no. He is.
He's more like Daffy Duck.
He is more like Elmer Fudd.
No. Don't say that. Daffy Duck is actually cool.
No. He's more like Elmer Fudd.
Oh
No,
Elmer Fudd
pretending
doesn't
to be
change
black.
costumes. There was a specific reason why I said Bugs Bunny because how Bugs Bunny changes costumes all the
Yeah,
time.
so did Elmer Fudd.
What?
In his earlier years, they had him had different costumes.
I'm not gonna
and
get
different...
that. I'm not gonna get that autistic. I'm gonna be way more general than that.
Oh, you want to go for the past the actual Merry Melodies and go.
I'm
right
going
into
for
Looney.
mainstream. I'm not gonna be like, well, actually.
Well, I mean, technically,
Well,
you have to be careful of what you mean mainstream because Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies are two separate mainstreams.
Well,
so Merry
Oh,
Melodies
Lord.
was the first one. You get Looney Tunes afterwards.
I wasn't ready for this level of conversation.
Yeah, well, you know,
Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny
welcome
did
to my
technically
you
Discord.
get
walked
black.
into that one.
So
You're right. I hang out with Vlad every day. I should be low.
You should be ready for that kind of thing. Yes.
That's
here's
what
the
this
thing:
is.
Bugs Bunny did wear blackface once or twice.
Yeah,
Actually, pretty
that's
much
all-
almost all
yeah.
the characters. Well, outside, I think Porky Pig was the only one that really didn't get a chance to actually wear blackface.
Nope, he didn't do blackface. There was it was a black and white episode. The only one that did do blackface.
Hang
was
on.
Duck.
Gallagher, you sound like you
His
are
wife.
underwater.
Oh, because I was drinking. I'm actually right now.
Fish out of water.
Technically, that is correct. I'm not underwater. I'm just slurring.
There you go.
I'm in between homes right now because of work, so that's my excuse.
Makes
Gotcha.
sense.
It's all good.
Makes sense. Are you talking? Are you talking about the? Was it? Oh fuck! What was it? I know it's you're referring to a black and white one. Bongo? Are you talking about the Bongo episodes? Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was the Bongo one.
Okay, if it was the Bongo one, technically he doesn't actually get the actual title until much later.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
No, because a lot of the Looney Tune characters, they didn't actually become what they were going to be down the road until much later. Because if you look at Bugs Bunny, he's a different look in his earlier years than he is current. So it's like there was a massive transition once they got into the later years of Looney Tunes. I think it was roughly about the 1940s when they solidified on what the looks of these characters were going to be and what their actual names were going to be going forward. So, but yeah, no, I guess that's why I had to ask. That's why I was kind of going, did he? Because I know they originally had him black. He was a black pig.
No, this was okay. Nope, I take this back. This was when he was blacksmith.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was probably later. Because I know after they established a lot of their characters, yeah, that would have been, yeah, it would have been past the 1940s. I think that's past 40s. I would have to go through my catalog of Mirror
He
Man.
had the soot blow in his face, and he had blackface for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. No, but yeah, if that's the case, it probably one of the later episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was still black. It was still black and white.
Well, no,
but,
it'd be still, yeah, but it considered blackface, but isn't. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was a weird time. No one cares.
Well, there was the minstrel moment. That is the actual classic blackface. There is the what is it, Goldilocks and the Jiving Bears, which was in 1944, where you actually had a black Goldilocks with the wolf in blackface.
Yep. That one was.
But that one was solid blackface. That was.
I mean, hell, even in the Tiny Toons, they did a little bit of blackface every once in a while.
No. So
that wasn't even that long ago, considering.
Yeah. And then they had, what was it? So White and the Seven Dwarves.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, see, that was what 43. So yeah, after the 40s, they kind of. That's when a lot of their characters were being established. So.
Well, I do blackface every now and then whenever I walk on a really, really dirty fucking truck. So.
Yeah, I mean that's because you're goddamn native trying to appropriate somebody else's character, somebody else's culture that matters, for fuck's sakes. It's like my native culture doesn't matter, so I guess I'm gonna have to soot myself up so people recognize me.
No, it just comes from walking on trucks.
Yeah. Good excuse.
Internet is poop.
Well, you're finally back. You see who joined us?
Yeah, I just noticed.
You sound so happy about it.
I'm tired.
That's had a long day of being jumped on. And not in a good way.
Yeah, I'm just fucking the internet.
Yeah, no, it's shit, especially depending on whereabouts you are. I get it. Eyes knows.
Well, today in particular, it's been pretty retarded. So, also for the record, apparently, Pin is just now streaming.
I know, right?
Sometimes it takes a while.
Shit about him. I gotta leave now.
I'm shocked.
Well, bye.
No, I told them all about how I reported you on Discord when I was drunk last night.
Yeah, because you're like bitch made when you drink.
Well, guess what? Now I'm not. Actually, if I was bitch made, I wouldn't have reported you. I would just whine about how it was nasty. But I did both because I'm not.
Yeah.
Got a point. That makes sense.
He's envious of manly shits because he poops like a rabbit.
God, you have manly shit? I doubt that you do.
When I saw your nasty Play-Doh poop in the toilet, I immediately got jealous. I was like, man, I wish I could poop like that.
I mean, would you like photographic evidence, Rogue?
Oh,
hey, Gallagher.
Gallagher,
next time you just gotta go. Amber Heard did it better.
Here's the thing. I'm jealous of both of you because mine comes out like a waterfall.
I tried to do the next best thing. It's not my fault that Vlad somehow has like his fucking beer gut is like mostly just fucking small intestine because he only shits once a week, but he eats 3 times a day.
Everybody eats 3 times a day.
Unless there's some that actually 2 times a day.
Shits
some that don't eat any day.
You do. Where does it has to go somewhere?
It does out my ass a week later. Yeah.
There's some people that only eat once a week. So.
Somewhere during that week.
I've seen bigger, Vlad.
Yeah, probably.
You need fiber. You need to eat some mini wheats or something.
I do.
I don't think he needs any more fiber. He's already got a soft serve. I think he's got just enough.
Yeah, there's some soft serve on top of that. Yeah.
So,
he only shits once a week.
Dude, you do realize that if you actually Google it, the normal poop air quotes is daily to bi-weekly, right? Like you do realize.
That's so fucking weird.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand bi-weekly. Like I don't know, dude. That's just like I don't. It's not that I don't disbelieve you. It just sounds fucking weird as hell.
Well,
to me.
okay,
I mean-
so the average bowel movement anywhere is usually between 3 times a week to sometimes 3 times a day.
Yeah,
And that
so
is
that
that
makes
is
you
that
below
is
average.
that is the average for a lot of people.
You're below
Sure.
average pooper.
I mean, I'm sorry that I'm not married and use the bathroom as an excuse to ignore my wife, but you know, I don't have this
Okay,
problem.
then why do I poop at work? Get that checkmate.
To
atheist.
ignore your coworkers, obviously.
That does work. I mean, most people go to the bathroom to hide, and usually masturbate
And I
or watch
actually did
porn.
that.
In fact, I'm going to the bathroom to
No,
hide from
I
you all
actually
right
don't
now.
like. So I actually don't like. I actually
Why
don't
don't you
like
just
the
hang
bathroom.
up?
I think bathrooms are disgusting, so I don't go to them unless I have
Yeah, I'll
to.
invite you all with me.
Mm. Of course you would, Jim X. You normally do.
I just like giving Vlad shit. I don't really care.
No, he likes to give
Bring my
everybody
phone
shit. I
with
mean,
me.
he also does it, physically
Like
in
giving people pictures of shit. Too.
He does.
Yeah.
You could-
Yeah, he went
Proof is
from
in the
being
pudding.
anal. He went from being anal, Vlad, to just poop. He's passed
Yes.
through the the
Yeah,
ass.
he's literally kind of metamorphed to his final form. Well, maybe his final
No,
form.
actually, no. He had to change his name because Antoine chased him off the internet, and he said that. He did say that. He actually said that he scared me and Vlad off the internet. It was really funny.
Oh god, I doubt that. I don't doubt he said it.
I'm
but
not
I
gonna say doubt
that's
it, but I also
what.
kind of find it dubious at best. I mean, I would have to have that in front
I
of
just
me.
cannot imagine a 40-year-old fat neckbeard with like a Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII, like fucking slashing like this fucking fucking eldritch looking version of Vlad up in the sky and being, I defeated you, justice has been served, and he pushes his glasses onto his face with the weird anime
Unfortunately,
glasses glare.
Yeah, but unfortunately, with day and age, I can believe that because I've seen a lot of those particular spurgs that actually do that on the internet.
Oh my god.
It-
When
it-
he
it's
did-
crazy when they do that.
when he did his face reveal, I was like, this is the fucking anime sex cyborg that intimidated the internet. He looks like a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the substitute teacher.
When he did that earlier for one of his poo things, I mean, like, it came
Look.
with a face.
We all know that the best part about his face reveal was the fucking Antoine Avatar body pillow in the background. That was the cherry on the cake.
Oh, there's a body pillow?
Yes, he actually had like a pillow of his fucking anime avatar in the background on a dresser. I was like, bruh, why did you leave that there?
It's much a
I don't
nice
think-
placement.
I
think
definitely
he
want.
realized-
I definitely need to see a picture of this and see how often it's been used.
I can find it. It's super easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
I'll even put it in Sparky's server and tag
There we go.
Antoine.
Thank you.
Oh, don't. Oh, God.
You can simply DM.
I know where it's at because it's on this YouTube channel.
It's just like, can you imagine, like, unironically, just like, I'm gonna put this pillow of myself in the background right here.
I could imagine it, unfortunately.
It's almost as bad as unironically shaving all the hair on your face except for the hair on your neck.
Which he does, by the way.
That's an issue. That is an issue. Oh, by the way, Wesley, never try to take naked pictures of yourself. This is bad.
No,
Yeah, then you'll look like that poop picture I sent you.
You should definitely take naked pictures of yourself and put it on the internet, and nothing bad will ever happen to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Nothing bad can possibly ever happen.
Wait,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to take it a step further. When people are being mean to you on the internet, you should retaliate by sending them pictures of your penis.
That's a classic pickup line nowadays.
No, I'm just waiting for Vlad to be like, yeah, because someone we know did that.
No, I'm looking for an Antoine meme I made. Sorry.
Oh,
And then Sparky's will be like, damn it, Gallagher, I knew letting you back into my life was a bad idea.
No, he has
it's
me
whatever.
to deal with that. Don't worry.
That's whatever. No, I'll just probably get a nasty fucking message.
Antoine
later
doesn't
on.
watch your shit, anyways.
Actually, he
didn't
does.
ask me.
He
Sparky,
does.
if you
He
didn't
does.
ask-
He does
He
for the
does.
after fact. He doesn't do it during. If he did, it'd be
If he-
more impressive.
if he
No,
sends
because
you
I
a message,
get comments on there from him and Ishtar, and I get messages from him and Ishtar, especially if like Rogue says something.
if he sends you a DM, if he sends you a DM,
Do I hurt his poor little free wings?
if he sends you a message like whining about it, just send him a picture of your asshole.
You do realize that he does have contact. He has a link to me. He doesn't have to go through you to complain about the issues at hand. He can come to me directly, and I can tell him the
I
issues at
know.
hand.
Oh,
So
it's just...
if he wants to be bitch made in a giant spurg all by himself, he can do that all by himself.
Well, Gallo disappeared.
Oh, well, it happens. Internet is weird.
It wasn't because of me.
No, it is Discord. Discord is stupid. Yeah,
It shows his
it
back.
kind of
Rogue, I
is.
sent you the meme.
Ooh, I see the meme. What the fuck? That is there. He
What the
does
fuck
have
has-
a pillow of himself. My God. That is cringe-inducing.
Oh god, he sent it to me too.
That is...
Oh, alright, time out. Alright, hang on. No, wait. I actually gotta have to kind of offend this just a little bit. One, it's not a body pillow. One, it's not a body pillow.
I'm not
Well, that's
saying...
true.
But it's a pillow.
It's a pillow with his avatar on it, yes.
So,
But it's not a body. No. Whenever he was thinking that, saying that, I was thinking like a full-on body pillow with with his avatar that's to the right of the picture on it.
That would have been cringe-inducing on a Wesley level. No, this is still cringe-inducing on a pen level.
I'm just.
Okay,
I'm not as impressed now.
I might have exaggerated the pillow a little bit.
You
My bad.
you hyped me up so much for this. I'm so
No,
disappointed.
Hold on. But read what I wrote under above his avatar. I added a little dialogue box.
So I'm kind of a big guy boogie 2.0.
Well, that's his exact words in there. I'm kind of a big guy.
Yeah.
But no, the above the avatar.
Emo dreamer of a fat neck beard in a polo. You're welcome, America.
No, I have to save you some of the screenshots that I cultivated from this man, where someone was like talking about like getting PTSD over something, and he's like, "Wow, you're getting PTSD at 18. When I was 18, I moved into someone's house who let me move in, fucked his girlfriend, and then took his girlfriend and made him leave." I'm like, dude, is that supposed to be a flex? Because that actually makes you a shithead.
It does. It does.
I could say something on that, but it's not my place to say anything on it because
it was ironic.
You can't just say I could say something.
I know what he's
gonna
say. Let me do it for him. The reason what Sparky was probably gonna point out was that story predates and mirrors later accusations against him made by Zell.
Okay.
Regarding Ishtar, apparently, and do I believe those allegations? I don't think so, but
it
I
just
mean,
sounds like a fake, like fucking alpha male. Like that's what I do.
Yeah. The accusation was claiming that he fucked Ishtar's husband's or Ishtar, which was married and ran him in a
This is the time out. Hey, Vlad, hang on a minute. All right, so let me dispel some of the rumor there on that one because Zell's bullshit.
I said it was bullshit already. Though.
Yeah,
no,
it is public knowledge at this time. KG has talked about it before.
Wait, public knowledge? I don't know a lot about that, so it can't be public knowledge.
Well, it was said on streams and stuff like that.
Make it public knowledge, Sparky. Be the enlightened one.
KG and Ishtar's marriage was already down the toilet. They were already on the way out before Antoine even moved in with them. KG ended up moving out.
When you live stream your wedding, you have nothing else to lose, and your marriage deserves to be destroyed. Hot take.
I concur.
Either way,
Here-
yeah, I agree. Like I already like so, I like that when Zell was spreading that shit. Okay, I didn't believe that anyway. Like so, like
Okay.
even at the time, and the reason I didn't believe that Antoine cucked the KG guy. There's a really good reason why I didn't think that happened. Okay, and you know
Okay.
what that is? Antoine is fat.
Well,
That's all I needed. Okay,
When I look at Antoine, right? When I see Antoine's real picture, panty dropper is probably one of the literal last things that pop up in my mind.
No,
other
actually,
than
it'd be the first thing.
wait,
No, it would be the first thing I would have
finish the
thought
joke.
of.
I gotta finish the joke.
Okay, so-
I said the last thing that pops up in my mind is Antoine is a panty dropper. Right behind, he's an Indian.
No, I would have kind of went with he's probably a panty dropper. He has his own personal collection of panties that he drops on a daily basis.
He looks like a panty dropper, like I look like I am like from Togo, Africa.
We're talking about the granny panties.
But like the problem is like he acts like he's like this big stud. I'm like, dude.
Oh, I know.
What
He acts like that
Oh,
constantly.
it drives me insane, like thinking about it. I'm like, he is literally Vegeta from fucking Dragon Ball Z, the abridged series. Like he literally believes he is the hype. And the second best Antoine quote is, "I will never be big on the internet because I refuse to throw away my values."
Yes, which was
What values does he have? He threw them away a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lobbied
like-
that as an accusation against me, saying I sold my values for views. And I'm like, wait a minute. The difference between me and you is I'll admit I didn't have any to start with.
Mm.
Yeah, like that. That's like.
Wait, Vlad, you also have this really weird thing where if you say like 3 + 3 = 5, and I'm like, no, it equals 6, and I show you it equals 6, you're like, wow, I was wrong. I will learn from this and be a better person.
I will rape your mom. Oh wait, no.
Like here's the difference. I've shown you. I've had debates with you and had you say, "Wow, Gallagher, that's a fair point." I have debates with Antoine, and I literally show him I am right and he is wrong. He's like, "Well, that's your fault that I was wrong." Like he can't he can't ever be wrong. He always has to be right, and he always has to be the most like
that's something that
fucker.
we've tried to point that out to a certain Antoine, and he just refuses. Which is a reason of why I hate him.
You made my beard
So,
come out of my nose.
time out. Hang on, there's a little bit of context to this because this happened 2 different times. And the context is the first time, him, KG, Ishtar, I think Ventilations, and Igor were playing 7 Days to Die. And they've never played the game before. I'm surprised they got Antoine to play it because it's got zombies in it.
Yeah,
but-
because he's a crybaby.
Yeah,
he gets scared too easy.
But the thing was, is they were playing the game, and I was watching, Rogue was watching, and we pretty much played the game to the point where we knew all the bugs and stuff that would break the game. I mean, we knew how to get around everything in the game and make it easier. So we'll send there in chat. Just try and give them some hints of, hey, if you do this, it'll be easier. If you do that, it'll be easier. If you do this, it's good. It's like KG and Igor took those. Well, actually, not even Igor.
Ishtar took the ideas.
Yeah. But then it's like, later on, it's like, dude, you stop doing this. You're ruining the game from us. It's like, hey, there's no storyline in the game. We're trying to
You have to make the story up on your own.
Yeah, we're trying to help you out. We're trying to help you survive. It's like, that's all we're trying to do.
Just do what you would do in real life and let them die.
No, that's basically, look, if KG, Ishtar, and the other person, they were doing what we were suggesting, I'm like, great. The only person who's having issues happened to be Antoine. I'm like, well, he doesn't want to listen, then fuck. He's a meal for at least a week for these guys. We'll be fine.
And then the second portion was KG's game that he's playing with him. His role-playing game. And, what was it? Rogue had some criticisms about Ishtar's setup because it was kind of lackluster and, thrown together. and he was naming off all the things that could be done to make it better. Now, KG took these ideas and made it better for his side of the stream.
Far better.
But then, Rogue gets attempted to get tongue lashed by Istor because, I don't even remember what the fucking comment was, but it's like, we ended up talking about it on the stream, and she ended up making a comment on that stream. And, it's like a paragraph long about why we shouldn't be talking about it. It's like, you did something online, and you got criticized for the look of it. It's like if somebody came in and criticized the look of, the way my stream setup is. Yeah, it's lazy, because it is lazy.
I went on his stream, okay? He tried to say that Yoda was trying to dox his name. And I'm sitting here, like, trying to explain it's not doxing because you made the wedding video. And it has your name said verbally in that video.
Not only that, his name is Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. It says his full name in the video. It does
say his full name,
but multiple times. I'm sorry,
Sparky,
I heard it.
I know, but Sparky, going back to the other part, look, if I look at your actual setup right here, yeah, it does look kind of lazy, but guess what? You're up there in the upper right. You've got your icon down below. You've got a YouTube thing. You've got a what is it? A text thing going across, or a scroll bar going, hey, hit that like button, share, and all that kind of stuff. You also have something for your Google and whatever else on the bottom. So I mean, you pretty much covered the bases.
He named his stream MSNBC. You can't beat that level of laziness.
Correct.
He literally copied somebody else's fucking name.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's true. I know the name behind it, which you probably do too, but still, I get that.
He actually told me it's so that he could try and rob views from MSNBC, and it was a joke. And I'm like, wow, original, unique, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
it's like my anime reaction commentary channel I've got. It's called STC Watch Club.
But hold on,
STC Sparky's Tech Corner.
Yeah,
we know that.
But listen to this. This is funny, okay? I told him like that where Yoda got the video from, or where he got the where he got the name from. Even though, unfortunately, what he heard and what he wrote was wrong. Okay, so so you could visually hear his full name, but you can't hear the spelling, right? And so essentially what happened was Yoda, I guess, built the name wrong. I mean, I didn't see any of this, so I'm just believing Antoine when he tells me that Yoda did this, okay? And it doesn't sound out of the realm of possibility, so whatever, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, but you made that wedding video, Antoine. He's like, I'm not deleting the wedding video. Okay, but you can't accuse him of doxing when he didn't even research anything. He literally just went on your YouTube channel, saw that you had a wedding video that you posted publicly, and then watched it. You didn't try to censor anything. You didn't try to do any of that. You can hear your name multiple times said in that video.
And unfortunately, I know what he's trying to do. He wants his fans to be there and stuff like that, because there's a couple fans that did want to attend the wedding but wasn't able to, so that's why he live streamed it. But at the same time, it's like what should have been done is, okay, if you wanted to post your wedding up like that, not do it into a live stream, make a video recording of it and edit out identifying information, and then post it up there. There you go.
He could have. Nobody watched it live. Okay, that was watched like way after it was broadcasted. The drama didn't even happen until way after that was broadcasted. Like immediately, he could have live streamed it, then taken it down, and then re-uploaded it by removing the names.
Well, you don't even have to do. You can edit it in YouTube.
Oh, well, that's true. I forgot about that.
You're right. That's a possibility. Look, if you want the unedited version of it, you put it behind a paywall or whatever, and you have your community pay for it or whatever. So, and even if let's say they donate it for his marriage and whatnot, that's something you can email or drop in a place that you can have your fans, and I put that in air quotes again. Download with ease. They do it with major professionals.
But you can't complain about somebody watching your video and getting information that you broadcasted. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's insane to me, and like trying to blame me and Yoda for is like you can't. That's you. Like if I post my social security number on Twitter, I can't blame the person that steals my identity because I'm the one that posted it.
Yeah,
wait, hold on,
it's the same thing
Vlad.
like a certain Unit who might have,
I
accidentally
I
posted
just
his ID.
I had to use the restroom. What are we talking about?
We're
Oh
just
my
talking about the
God.
stupidity of Antoine.
Well, and here's a question: it's like what drama? Because, well, you talking about like the drama with Yoda and all them,
Yeah, that's what he was talking
and
about.
I don't even know. No, I know how that got started. Never mind. I know how that got. It got started because of Holly and Sugi. Okay, no, I remember now.
But the point is though, is that and like that video, that live stream of that wedding was months before that
Oh.
drama started. So like he went back and looked at his videos, at Antoine's videos, saw the wedding, and then he was like, I'm gonna watch this. This will be funny, because he wanted and that was what started it, or that's where he got that from. And I'm sorry, like if you're gonna post something like that, just own it. Just be
You
like,
wanna
yeah,
know what my hot take is? If you put something online, not only can it be made fun of, but I think morally you should make fun of it. That's my hot take. Like, if you don't want people to make fun of something, don't put it online. Like, people who fucking like expect like decency, like you should be decent. They're being retarded. Like when Antoine was talking about like his brain cancer online, I'll tell you right now, I don't have any evidence to support this, but I'll tell you right now, the only reason why Antoine talked about his brain cancer on a live stream is because he wanted people to make fun of it, so he could be like, "Oh my God, look at these people! They made fun of my
Actually,
brain cancer. They're horrible."
actually, time out. Actually, and let me go ahead and just kind of reiterate what Vlad was saying about the whole name thing. Yeah, he does admit that later on because with the whole Yobi Access bullshit that was going on. Antoine says like, yeah, my full name has been out there, put out by myself with my wedding stream. I'm not worried about
but
Yobi.
he wouldn't admit that to me in a stream. In fact, he deleted that stream. That I'm pretty sure me and you were.
No,
both
it's still out there.
I couldn't find it.
Oh,
but me and you were both in that stream.
Wait, are you talking about when a viable ninja doxed you?
No.
Oh,
Fuck.
don't
No,
yell
we're
at
talking.
me.
No, like pay attention. What we're talking about.
I was gone. I literally said
yeah,
I was gone.
stop
What
doing that.
happened?
Hold your shit. Anyway, the point is that
you should hold your smoke.
Yeah, I do.
Fucker. I
Anyway,
hope
more
you die
importantly,
from
good.
smoking.
I hope you die of an ass tumor. More importantly than that, however, is that and I'm talking about the stream that Antoine invited me. Well, actually, he said invited the shitlords onto, which would include myself, and for some reason Sparky was there. And so Sparky, when it was on before me, on that stream, it was on Antoine's channel, okay, and Sparky was in there first. I don't know if you remember this, Sparky.
No, I remember it.
Yeah, and then after you left, I was brought on. And
I heard
then
shitlords, and I felt kind of, out of place.
Yeah, right. But no, he said trolls, one of the two. But anyway, so you brought me.
Again, I feel kind of absent in that kind of. So continue. Sorry.
It was about the whole. It was about the whole sharing scat porn bullshit.
Yeah, well, that was part of it. Yeah. Well, he was also chewing you out because, like, I guess apparently you should have been as repulsed or something. I don't know. So, but he was talking about doxing, and that's when he brought me on and was saying that my camp, I believe was his words of choice, were doxing his name. Like, he straight up made that accusation. And I said, no, it was on the wedding video. And he's like, I'm not deleting the wedding video, Vlad. And I'm like, yeah, but you did it to yourself. Like, it was you. You did that. And then he's like, what about the picture that Addie posted of my face? Like, you uploaded that yourself. You uploaded it. Like, nobody else.
Under the name Colespire.
Under the name Colespire, which was attached to all of his social media Antoine shit.
Yeah, well, that's because he wasn't
Twitter
recognized of the brilliant creator that he is.
Yeah, and his face was it was a 10-year-old photo with like that and it was posted without any context. Nobody said this is Antoine. It was just a photo. Just posted on Addie's Twitter. Was that cheese or sleaze dick thing to do? I mean, sure, probably. Why not? I don't care. But the thing is, though, is that it wasn't doxing at all, because this was Antoine's account. It was his not social. What is it? Some like dweebish like people like that are emo that go write poetry and shit.
It was a LARPing site's what it was.
Yeah, but I'm just sitting here like I'm sorry. But you did that to yourself. And you know how, and I even said I did that to myself. I did the same thing. And that's how a Viable Ninja found my shit. Because I did identically made the same, well, not identically the same mistake, but I posted a picture on Twitter that was the same photo I had posted on a separate website. And all they did was reverse image search that picture, and it took like 2 fucking seconds. All right.
Does.
And so like the reality is I did it to myself, you did it to yourself. And you should just own it. Just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, it's like you made a mistake. We do that. Okay? Move along. It's not a big... You can't blame other people for exposing your mistake.
Well, I mean, technically trying to expose him, he's pretty large, so I wouldn't want to expose him.
Dude, that picture was flattering.
Oh, was it now?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a 10-year-old picture. He weighed like at least 100 pounds less.
Oh.
And he was one of his ex-girlfriends he was with at some point.
Okay.
And it was like a long time ago, and it was a much more flattering. It was a professional photo taken at a professional photo place, right?
Oh.
Like if I was him, I would have been like, yeah, that's me. Ain't that a good picture? You know, or something. I don't know.
You
or said nothing.
Oh no, that's one way. Or you push to the moon so that you can get that flattery. But it is unfortunately Matt. He just likes to bitch and complain and get the sympathy
California.
points.
I'm sorry, like that's where it ends. That's the whole logic right there.
I know.
That's all I need. Like he's from California. That's it.
Yeah, I get it.
And the thing is, it's like, to me, it's not a big deal. Like, I don't care, right? I'm not. Antoine hates me a lot more than I think about him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't give him a lot of, rental spaces in my head, so whatever.
Yeah, we are on the stream talking about him, so.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll talk. Okay, hold on. See, I hate that accusation, right? You know why? You know what? I will talk about literally anything. All right.
I know.
I will sit here. I would sit here and
other things.
Hey, if anything, I'm the one that brought up the topic from long ago, and that's where the conversation.
No.
Not only
not just you, but Joseph Gallagher here also pretty much.
Look. All I'm saying is I would defend pedophiles if I could, like if I wanted to. Like, I'd get bored and just be like, yeah, pedophilia is fine. Right? I'll talk about anything. Like, that's the problem. Is that like I don't care. It's not that I think about anything. It's just I don't care about the consequences of what I say.
Yeah, it's just for shock, and that's basically what the internet's made for. I mean, literally. Yeah. People trying to pussify it is the worst. Yeah.
God, that's going to be clipped out of context now. Steve Vlad defends pedophilia. Ugh.
Yeah, well, that's because you have a small group.
Well,
of
we have the puppet person. Yeah, we have the puppet person in here right now to clip stuff. That would be Wesley. Wesley, get onto it.
No, he's playing Final Fantasy.
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
You're very quiet.
Oh, it's very quiet.
Not necessarily. When you hear,
that's because I told him, "Shut up, Wesley."
There is that possibility.
I'm listening to Pen play Final Fantasy 14.
I get.
I'm also here.
Well, I gather, which is the reason why you're quiet. You're playing. You're trying to play the game.
But yeah,
oh, I get it.
But bear in mind too. I want to make this very clear as well. Okay, I didn't make a live stream that was titled dedicated to hating on Antoine, and then spend the first 30 to 45 minutes shitting on Antoine in the beginning of a live. So yeah, I mean you see what I'm saying? I don't really think about Antoine actively that much compared to him. So, and in fact, he wasn't even going this is the worst part, right? If I had started shit with Antoine to be the catalyst for that, I'd understand, right? That would make sense. But the problem is, that's not what happened. He was starting drama or making that stream about me in the defense of other people, not himself.
Yeah.
Which is just like, dude, this had nothing to do with you until you brought yourself into it.
Well, and it's like I told him, man. I believe I told him to a simple fact of, okay, it's Vlad, and he got on to me for the fact that said, well, you're making excuses for him. He's like, no, I'm not. That's just how he is. One, you can not pay attention to it. Two, you can report it. So you're just causing a Streisand effect by talking about it.
And he has reported my shit, by the way, for the record. And not the like, you know, like the whole dead cat thing. He reported that. He says he didn't, but did you report me, Sparky? Or did you just block me? I'm pretty sure you just blocked me.
I just blocked you.
Yeah. So then how come I lost my account over it, huh?
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even know your existence.
Yeah.
Told me something
yeah, but all I'm saying is that I'm pretty sure that Antoine reported those pictures.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, going with Antoine, I'm surprised he hasn't reported a lot more people than just you know you.
You know how many people I've ever reported or blocked on Twitter?
I've only blocked one, and it just happened to be a spam bot.
I haven't even blocked them. I don't block, and I don't. I have muted people, but that's just because of like, you know.
Yeah,
that's whatever. But
will.
flat out, I'm blocking people. I don't do that. And when I say mute people, I mostly mean like my own threads, because I just get bored and want to move on.
I have that. I mean, most of the again, I've only, like I said, just blocked one. It just happened to be a spam.
Yeah,
bot.
and I've reported.
And eventually I unblocked it because it stopped spamming me. So I was like, okay, there we go. But no, I don't think I've reported anybody, blocked anybody.
I reported a pedophile.
Okay, was it the fact that it was
it.
going after one of your kids? I mean, seriously.
No, the guy.
You were disappointed that it wasn't going after your kid.
He was posting a picture of him holding a baby and said, "I can't wait till she's 13."
Oh, okay, cool.
And then he had
that really doesn't make him a pedophile. We got to be extra careful.
Hold on, and then wrote XXX wink face.
Okay.
So that's enough for me. That's all I need. I actually garnered a whole bunch of support. Had me and I think like fucking 10 other people report it, and you know what happened?
I would say nothing.
I got suspended.
Yeah, that's
so for false reporting. So whatever. Or I got temporarily suspended. I want to make that distinction, but it was suspended for I think like 30 days for making false reports. So yeah, like go me.
What?
Okay, cool. Yeah. Welcome to Twitter.
Yeah, no, Kick is Twitter has its own
he lost his account later.
Yeah. Of course.
Because he recorded a video apparently of him basically teabagging a baby doll.
Oh, then yeah, that goes against a lot of their weird little terms of service. I won't say it goes against their sexual terms of service, but it just goes against something else.
And he was also one of the people Kaz Warfox was going after too. I just can't remember if that happened at the time or later. But it was like a whole deal. Actually, Antihero was one of the people that also reported too. Yeah,
no, pedophilic is somebody that has
attraction
to somebody 11 and under.
He always told me that he never blocked or reported anyone because it was bitch made.
I mean, okay, well, he helped me report that pedophile, so there's that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then not only did he do that, he retweeted it and was telling people to report it. So we went full on cancel the pedo. So and this was mostly an experiment to see like what would happen. This was during the whole Cuties era, by the way, when Cuties had come out.
Which I really didn't pay attention to. Yeah. I mean, it was there, but I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, but like this is whenever this was all at the height of that whole shit.
No.
Yeah, but no, like the thing is that it was dumb. But yeah, outside of that, that was like 10 accounts ago. All right, I'm on my 15th Twitter.
No, 15. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been counting. It's fine.
That's good.
I mean, it's not my 15th gilded poo, though.
No.
But
You
it's just
haven't
my
done the whole classic, 1 and then 2, and then try to work.
Yeah.
I
I don't have the attention span.
No, I get it.
But I'm on my 5th gilded poo account though.
Cool.
I get suspended a lot. It's all Sparky's fault. Really.
Yeah, no, I kind of. Well, I mean, it's not.
I think
surprising
Sparky stalks my Twitter accounts and then reports everything I tweet.
Does.
Sure. Okay.
He has he fantasizes you, late at night while he's
like, oh my.
Well,
Well,
I will say this much. I mean, I will block people, I will mute people, and I will fly people. I'm not afraid to say that. So.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I haven't really got a chance to actually do that outside of the spam.
If I feel like you're breaking some sort of a fucking rule or terms of service or even the fucking law, yeah, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I have it depends for me. Like, so first off, I'm mostly complaining over consistency, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you say I don't do that and then you do it, that's the fundamental problem I'm talking about, right?
No, I get it.
Like, for example,
Gotcha.
but on the other side of the coin, when it comes to people breaking the law and tweet whatever, I don't care about the law and I don't care about terms of service. Like, I mean, I care about it so much as I'm not going to break any, right? But outside of that, like if I see somebody going up to a gas station and stealing ice out of one of the ice boxes, and I'm not going to call the cops over it.
Well,
like
look,
if they got away with it, they got away
to
with
leave
it.
those
It's not my
fuckers
business.
unlocked and unattended, then sure, somebody's going to steal from it. It's
Yeah.
only natural.
But it's one of those things where yeah, like I'm not a do-gooder. I don't give a shit. One of my main philosophies.
You do give a shit. It's not as big as a shit that you normally give, as per the picture that you said. But you are not.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, what I mean by I don't give a shit is that I don't give a shit enough to go full like here's my righteous hill. I'm gonna go die on it now. Right? Yeah.
You're not righteous enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call the cops and be like, yo, dude, this guy broke the law. Like, no, like here. Okay, actually, you know what my main philosophy in life is me and mine. So if it doesn't affect me or mine, I don't care. Right? So for example, if like let's say I go to a convenience store and this black guy is there, and he's holding at gunpoint some other black guy that's running the place, and then there's this Asian that's standing around running in circles screaming, right? And all I'm there for is a white boy trying to get Mountain Dew and Cheetos, right? And I'm just standing there like going like and then I like you gotta understand. I would only take the gun and shoot the guy with it, not to be a hero, not because he's breaking the law, not because of any reason other than he's coming between me and my white boy food. All right?
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, technically, Cheetos is not just white boy food; it's colorful.
Whatever.
Too. But
still, like you get
heathen.
Yeah, but outside of that, however, if he was behind me in line, I'd just walk out the door.
No,
that's
what happens to a lot of people. They really don't. Yeah,
like
behind you.
Yeah, it's not my problem. Like, I'm sorry. You should be you dumbass clerk should have a gun or a stick or something. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe defend yourself. I don't know, or die. I don't know. I got my food and my cigarettes. I'm out by. Like, I don't have this thing where I have to be the hero. I'm not a hero. I don't care. It's all about me and my kid and my family and my friends, and that's it. That's the extent of my universe.
Well, that's kind of an argument that I had with another friend based off of the and this is still the earlier stages of the coof and that, and like going, it really doesn't matter. We've been doing this all wrong, and it's going to affect us long term. And I mean everybody, not just anybody who's got the coofs. And he's like, well, we should have some empathy with these people. Like, fuck empathy. It has nothing to do with empathy. Nothing.
Yeah, even if you feel empathy shouldn't dictate decision making.
Yes.
This is like the big thing that like I hate about people is like, well, be empathetic. It's like I can be as empathetic as I want. That shouldn't dictate what I do, right? So it doesn't really matter, right? Like imagine if you go to the doctor and how many people would be super angry if doctors completely base their decisions upon empathy instead of making the right objective call. You know how many people would die?
Quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Yeah, like me out of mercy killing alone, though I'm in favor of it, would be
No, but-
insane and unregulated.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
All right.
you know that's it. Oh, by the way, Penn's finished her stream, so
Oh, am I boring you, Sparky?
no.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
want to point out that to Sparky, you outlasted Penn's stream.
Well, I outlasted Pen's stream because the fact we started before she even started streaming.
No, I know, but she just finished. She started about a half hour ago and finished.
we are almost a 4-hour stream.
Yeah, we are almost 4 hours, and that's what I was
I
getting
know.
ready to say. It's like one, I got to run to the convenience store buy me some more cigarettes, and two, I need to start.
No. I'm kind of going
just because
I'm
I happened to
leaving you
mention
soon
it.
anyway.
Okay.
So it's like
Now that I mention convenience store and cigarettes, all of a sudden Sparky needs
well,
to go get some
he is
cigarettes
native,
at the
and
convenience
as long as he doesn't have any kids, and he won't disappear anytime soon. So, as usual, Sparky, been fun. I'm getting the fuck out of here because I want to get something to eat.
Yeah.
So,
I'll see you guys later.
Oh, so you're leaving just because Vlad said something now?
no, I'm leaving because I want food.
store. Which is what I
Vlad can go
also
fuck
said.
himself, and he can give me as many pictures of his daily, or weekly, or monthly shits that he wants to. But still, I want to go get something to fucking eat. So,
Okay, well,
you guys
I'm gonna
have
go buy
fun.
heroin.
Okay,
All right.
just take pictures. Anyway,
Okay.
peace, motherfuckers.
All right. So
Have
with that,
fun.
all right. With that, I'm ending out the stream. Thanks for everyone for joining in. Remember, hit the buttons and go fuck off, everyone.
Watch Gilded Poo.
Yep. Go watch Golden Pig.
I'm gonna go poo.
Okay.